9 cycles have passed. When the gods deem mortals too powerful, they decree a race between their avatar and the mortals to determine their worth. In the race, the mortals are granted a chance to engage the very gods themselves. The mortals are granted a chance of survival. The mortals are granted a chance to become gods. Lose and see all mortal life removed from the Kryn, and the next cycle begins. This race is the final command of the gods to their mortal counterparts. This is their dying order.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Tablestory's Dying Order, featuring Katie Peters Plays, and Pumpkinberry, and Disby Arix. That's it. We're missing a player. Okay, well then, let's just get on with it, shall we? Thanks for joining us this evening. What's happened to you all? What? They're just starstruck because they get to spend time with me. Welcome to the show, everybody. My cast is silent for some reason, and maybe that will change. No one knows. No, it won't change.
Hi.
This is like the opposite of ZBO tomorrow, where everyone's talking over everyone, especially me. And then here it's just you lot quietly staring awkwardly at me until I start the game. What's wrong? What's happening here? Can we work out what's happening here? Disby can't speak because she's got too much hair on her face. That's a good enough excuse. KVP's just muted in Zoom, and I don't know why.
I just don't want to make sounds that no one wants to hear. I don't know, like clearing my throat and stuff. I don't know.
What?
I'm gonna mute myself again.
Yeah, okay, I'll allow it now. PB, what's your excuse?
Oh, just torturing you. Just hoping I can make you uncomfortable.
It's a fair enough excuse.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here we are. Once again, on a Sunday night. Everyone's rip-roaring and ready to go, full of energy, and prepared to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Demon fight!
There is a demon fight, or at least something that looks like a demon. You should really hope it's not a demon. Demons are very, very powerful creatures.
Could be Aura's dad.
Could be. Indeed. We'll find out soon enough. I would say let's just catch up, see how you're all doing, but no one's able to speak. Everyone has suffered a terrible larynx-based trauma this week. So I guess we'll just have to figure out what happened to you all as we go on.
Exactly. Yeah, recap and dive us in.
All right. Last time.
Yes.
On.
Yes.
Dying Order. The gang were in New Thindoon, which is a little town out in the middle of nowhere in the dusty desert of Dustvale. And they had come up with a plan to head on out and go across the deserts towards the east. Let me bring over to the map screen. The plan here is to head out of New Thindoon and over to the area where Dreadtusk is. Dreadtusk is just the local name for what these guys know to be the Gate of Time, a place of power, where they're in a race. They're in a race against something called Symbol, and the plan is to get to Dreadtusk. It's a day per hex, so it's roughly about a 4-day travel from New Thindoon straight across the sands. Symbol, you can hope, is taking the slow route. You guys decided to take the quick route, which was sort of through the canyon-esque northern route, which if you head this way, there's 2 days travel there, whereas 1 day travel through the canyons. You hired, or at least somewhat hired, or have in your possession Marwood, the Sandwalker, who's a guide. He will be your guide on your quest, and he is going to ensure that you don't get lost. You came up with a plan to go via the nighttime, because daytime is hot and awful, and nighttime is cold and awful, but that was the one that you decided to choose. Before you headed out, though, you thought, oh, let's collect some stuff. You purchased some things, some supplies and provisions. You sold some things, some supplies and provisions. You gave some things back, but it was too late. You were already cursed. You gained a brand new skill called Zephyr Strike, also known as Raja Strike, after the ancient hero of long past that most don't even believe to be true. The stories they tell of him, Fairlight Excalibur, who was a very broken Zephyr Strike ranger with a sword that KPP has to live up to. And then...
No pressure, KPP.
You went to see... this, just don't even try. It's not even worth it. It's just too difficult. It's just too difficult. The bar is too high. The first thing he did was a triple backflip over a train, so it's just insane. There's no point. You also went to see the Chancellor. Well, Pocket's character Ellie did. He was a little skeptical of what was going on. He seemed to have an idea that perhaps something dark and evil and awful is out there. Ellie didn't care. Ellie was like, I feel guilty for give this sword back to the old man who owns the store, and ran away. All of you then headed out into the sands and started beginning your trek east. It is, I think, a little after midnight was when you left eventually, and then you've maybe only been walking for, I think, like an hour or so. But those of you that are in charge of like looking and trying to figure out if you're going to be attacked by something failed your checks, because they're unfortunately very high, and you're going the fast but dangerous route, and you're also going by night, which means you have a less chance of dying to heat stroke, but more chance to be attacked by evil things that go bump in the night. And something came running out at you from the
darkness.
From the darkness there. I think Suna actually was the one who saw it, or at least it was right next to you, if memory serves. So we're going to jump straight into that.
Yeah, it was running towards us, and I could see it because of that.
It's right next to you. So, in the moments that lead up to something awful happening, you guys probably all see this. I think everyone has dark vision. Is that correct? Yes.
Yes.
So you all have a decent idea of like what's around you at the time, but it is dark. You have 60 feet of dark vision. And this thing kind of lets out this like guttural, awful roar, and starts just like tramping like through the sand just off to where Suna is. Maybe you guys are split a little bit in a formation of sorts, with Marwood leading the way, when suddenly there's like a and then this thing is boom 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 moving towards you, and it's huge. When you look to your left, Suna, you see a big creature, maybe 8 foot, 9 foot, somewhere there, muscular,
Holy.
ripped, thick skin but still like flesh, with scales and spikes and points coming off of it. It also has a set of horns that spike and pierce upwards and outwards. Tiefling-esque, but not like a tiefling. Because everyone thinks it's KPP's dad. It might be, but it's probably not. You see Marwood suddenly spin around. I think everyone probably turns around as this thing comes running towards you. In one arm, it's holding like a I guess you could call it a great sword, but it's more just like a chunk of metal attached to its hand as it's running along, gripping this chunk of metal that we're going to call a great sword, but it isn't. And in the other arm, it's holding what looks like a net. In the net, you can see a humanoid man, but with the head of an eagle and his wings kind of tangled up, but he's still wearing like clothing and things. This is an Aarakocra, which is a sort of bird man. Not an evil thing or anything like that. It's not a monster. It's just a dude. But he's kind of like conscious, but like seems dazed. There's like a wound that sits across his eye, caught in this net, as if he's been maybe hit and then caught in a net and then dragged behind this thing. So just be aware that this very large creature is holding a sword in one hand and basically a person in the other, dragging him behind in the net. So let's get some initiate hives as I bring you over to the encounter map there. So, look. Here we are. Suna is right next to you as we begin. Click on your token and then roll your thing. I will add you, Bobo. And I shall roll for the creature, which is known as a Tannerack. And you know this because Marwood is with you. Marwood, the relatively gruff, large human. I don't have the Tannerack in my Roll20 catalog, so I have to roll with dice. He shouts pretty quickly as he turns around. He clocks what this creature is and says, "That's not good." He pulls out his revolver, the same one which is just not very good, but he still has because he's not had a chance to replace it, and says, "That is a Tanarukk. It is basically a demonic orc. I do not know what the hell it is doing this close to town." You can hear him kind of load or cock his gun. He says, "It's big, and we're better off not getting close to it, or engaging it directly. Perhaps we should try and get away from it. Take it down from range." And that's when it's like bearing down on you, Suna.
Okay.
We start our session today with Ellie. And Ellie's turn.
Yay!
What would you like?
I stop and run away!
You run away?
Just kidding. Okay, I want to go behind this rock. Yeah. I want to move behind that rock, which is about 30 feet. Okay, so if I move and stealth, I can't attack, right?
If you move and stealth, you can attack because you're a rogue. You can use your bonus action to hide.
Okay, so I can move over there, use my bow, and then go into stealth.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Remember, you have flame arrows, so I added it to your character sheet as well. They're on your bio in the bottommost box. You've got flame arrows. I think you've got 5 of them. And you have the venom dagger, and it says what they do.
Okay.
Now, obviously, those flame arrows are pretty precious, but just so you're aware of what they do, you know what they do. They're magic in... they're magic. They have on the head of the arrow, there's a little rune. So when the arrow is fired, it hits the creature, and then the flame ignites magically. So it's not a thing that you have to light. Just so you're aware. You just have to fire it like normal, and it does whatever.
I'm not going to use my
does.
flame arrow, my fire arrow yet. I'm just going to hit him with a regular arrow. Or, well, I should say try to hit him with a regular arrow.
All right, give me the attack roll.
22.
22 is a hit.
And I get sneak attack, right? Or no?
You get sneak attack. I think you also get assassinate, don't you?
Yes. Because I hit first, or is it because
Because he hasn't gone, if I'm correct.
If I go before someone else hasn't gone in combat, right?
Yeah, so I think, what does that do? What does that give you? Does that just give you advantage on the attack? Or do you get more
I
damage?
think it just gives advantage, doesn't it?
you want to roll
Yeah.
again just in case it's a crit?
Oh, okay. 25.
No, but it's still a hit.
Jeez.
So in total, you do 7 piercing damage and 4 sneak attack damage. You get sneak attack because Suna is stood next to it. That's how the rogue sneak attack works. If you have advantage or if one of your allies is next to the thing, distracting it.
Okay. And then 25 to go into stealth.
And then you vanish. How do you stealth though? There's not a lot around here.
I think that like, I said I wanted to move right behind this rock thingy. Right here, it was 30 meters or feet or whatever away.
Yeah, so you're probably running sideways. You fire off an arrow and then you just kind of.
I'd say like you see me running, and then as I'm jumping, I fire an arrow, and then I just disappear into like smoke behind the rock.
Yeah.
Just vanish.
Just gone into the. I mean, it is nighttime. I've not got the dark vision stuff on the map because it just seemed pointless. But you, you just vanish into the darkness there. Aura, it is your turn. There is a very large thing bearing down on Suna right in front of you. What would you like to do?
Me! Sorry.
I speak Orcish.
Okay.
Would he understand me?
I don't know if you know that. Give me a nature check.
Okay. 17.
17. You, first of all, you heard Marwood, who isn't on the turn order and I forgot about, say that the thing is an orc. And I think maybe you've heard of the Tannerack before. You know of orcs a little bit because of the orcs that are all around where you live. Sometimes they just get infused with, like, they just mess with them. Orcs will mess with other orcs and just infuse them with weird stuff. Demonic energy being one of them. And supposedly that's how these were created. So this thing is essentially an orc, or at least it was once. It's just like a big demon-boosted orc. So there's a very good chance it speaks Orcish.
Can I speak to it to try to persuade it to just go away?
I mean, yeah, you can. Yeah, you give me what you say, and we'll see if it's effective enough.
I stand up and I raise my hands like I'm ready to cast a spell if I need to.
Yeah.
Please, sir, I would ask you to leave. We mean no harm. We can all share these lands together. I would ask that you just walk away.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
17.
17's good. I think what you do is that you stumble him for a moment. I think he's not expecting you to speak to it. And it's running forward. It brings up this huge, like, cleaver, this giant piece of just metal that's it would look to us like something that was ripped off of the side of a van or something. And as it's about to bring it down on Suna, you see him stop as he turns to you, eyes wide, kind of shocked for a moment. It says,
"Me hungry."
I'm sure we can. I reach for the lizard on my back. Would you like this lizard? It's dead. If you will leave us.
Yes, me take lizard.
I'll walk cautiously up to him. And I'm going to grab Suna by the arm if I can and just pull her over to me. And then place the lizard on the ground and slowly back away.
okay. As you get to here, you see him, like, look at your arm, and I think he's probably what happens here is as you're about to try and, like, move Suna out of the way, you see that he's going to bring down the sword to try and chop your arm off, and then take the lizard that way.
Does this all count as my move, or can I still do something?
You can do a bonus action. You can also move.
I'm gonna do Zephyr Strike that I just learned.
Yeah.
To move.
To move. You won't be able to take
move
Suna
soon.
with you.
Okay, but he's bringing down the sword to my arm.
He's going to try and
Correct.
kill you and eat the lizard and you, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use Zephyr Strike. I'm gonna take the lizard with me.
Okay, yeah. So you activate the Zephyr Strike, which means that you can move without provoking opportunity attacks. And the first time you make a weapon attack on your turn before this spell ends, which is 1 minute, and you're also concentrating. So how concentration works, spellcasters, is that you're like having to like consciously hold the spell going, and if you cast another spell that has the concentration tag, it will overwrite this one and then turn that one off. Also, when you get hit, you have to roll a dice to hold the concentration up because you got to keep like going with it.
Okay.
But yeah, this lasts for a minute. A minute each round is about 6 seconds long in total, so you get about 10 turns, 10 full turns before it runs out.
Okay.
And then when you make attack rolls, you can have advantage, I think, and also your speed increases by 30 feet until the end of the turn. It's such a stupid spell, I hate it, and I'm really glad I gave it to you for free. So yeah, you can activate that spell, but really you can't do anything. If you want to move out of the way, you can, but that will, potentially turn him on to sooner.
I mean, he's gonna chop my arm off.
He's going to try and attack you. I'm not going to say he's not necessarily. He's still got to beat your AC and stuff.
I'm gonna just try to do fast feet and like move around him, and I'll just maybe move back like one spot.
All right. It's the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. Marwood. You just probably hear a gunshot crack from the distance as he fires his revolver with a natural 23 at the creature. There is a gunshot that goes off, a flash of light, and then you just see like a piece of this Tannerack, maybe like above one of its ginormous pecs, just kind of burst open with blood. It kind of shoots through the air, and Marwood says, "Hey, look, I hit with it. Okay, it's still going." And he deals a shizzle 13 damages to the Tannerack. Bringing us to Bobo. Your turn.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go gentle with this guy. I think he's very misunderstood.
Me gonna eat you all.
I think he's merely jesting. I'm just gonna,
It's like stomping around and screaming.
Yeah. I think he's just having a little tantrum. I'm gonna I give it an incredibly intense stare, and as it returns its eye contact with me, it's like a slap in the face, like he's been a bad boy, and as I shout, "Yeah!" Hopefully it's the last thing he sees is my not so good looking face, and I cast blindness.
Okay, so yeah, this thing like looks at you, and it has to make a Constitution saving throw. Is that right? Hang on. If it fails, it's either blind, and yeah, okay. So con save. This is okay. I'll roll it here. It has a +5. Oh, it rolls an 8, which I assume is a fail against your spell save DC.
Oh.
Which is on your spell sheet. In the top, in the middle, there are 3 big boxes, and there's one that says a spell save DC. That's the number he has to beat. He has to roll higher than on your magic spells page, Beau.
Oh.
You see it?
I woke up on the wrong side of the bed today.
That's all right.
So
Hold on.
the
I'll
sheet,
open your sheet.
it'll say core bio and then spells. If you just hit the spells tab, it'll say right up top, spell save DC right in the middle.
14.
14. All right. Yeah. So lots of creatures. You'll probably be asked this question a lot. What's your spell save DC? It's kind of the same as your AC. It's the number that they have to beat to successfully avoid the effects of your spell. And he rolls an 8. So yeah, I think he probably like looks. He's like bringing his sword down to try and chop off the arm of Aura, and he sees you.
Me eat old man lost. Ah! Who turned the light out?
And then he just starts stumbling around. Is that the end of your turn? Do you want to move at all?
I think I'll get a little closer to Aura.
Okay, you want to get closer to the creature? All right. Fine. No problem. Big guy's
This is
turn.
fine.
Big guy stands over here.
Oh!
As he was stumbling that way anyway. And he is still going to attempt to just swing wildly at you, Aura. Let's see here. Yeah, alright. So, 2 attacks coming in. Now this is awful. +7, okay. 2 attacks with disadvantage. For the first one, Aura, is a natural 1. Roll me a d20.
Oh,
This is going your way. That's an 11. Let me bring up my... So melee... so fails and... fails on stuff I think are more fun if you roll a random thing. So I roll on a random failure table sometimes for when you roll a natural 1. It goes for the enemies and you to make it fair. And an 11 means he exposes his weak spot and the next attack has advantage on their next attack against him. So remember that. I think you have it anyway, but be aware of it. And then, so that's a miss. So he swings kind of just wild at you. You feel the wind and rush of this metal club, great sword thing, probably over all 3 of your heads as this thing swings over the top of you. He says,
Me still smell you.
and then he swings again with disadvantage once more because he's still blind. A 15 against you, Aura, and your AC.
My AC is 18.
18. So
Suck it.
yeah, I think you kind of like lean backwards, and once again, this thing flies over the top of you. And what's the rules on this? At the end of each of its turns, it can make a con save once more. So he can try and shake off the effects of the blindness by making another con save. And he has to beat 15, right, Beau?
It's 14.
14? Okay. 11! He is still blind.
Why me no seeing?
He gets more and more angry. And just starts stomping around. His nostrils flaring. Now that you're next to this thing, by the way, it smells so bad. It smells like old dusty piss. Yeah. Bringing us to Suna's turn.
if he's blind, can we move without provoking opportunity
No.
of attack?
But
Okay.
he will have disadvantage if he tries to hit you.
Okay, and then the next person to attack has advantage on him. Does that include, like, if I were to cast a spell? If it's not an attack spell?
I would assume not, no. It would be an attack.
Okay.
If your spell is an attack roll, then it would have advantage. Other than
Yeah,
that,
it's not. Okay.
Well, Aura has advantage against it specifically because he revealed a weakness to her, like he overstepped maybe, and now she can like maybe slice upwards.
Okay.
And I think you
I'm
have advantage from something else, but I've already forgotten what it was. I think you just have advantage because he's blind anyway, so you're good.
Yeah, but I don't think that counts if I'm going to, like, cast levitate, for example.
Oh right,
Like, I
yeah,
don't-
yeah. Him making a save is, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Okay.
So good fucking luck. Let's hope he fails mine. But knowing my luck, he'll roll like a 20 with that +5.
Mm.
So it's a con save from him.
A Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
And I am now just reading that it has magic resistance, which means it has advantage on saving throws against magic spells and other magical effects, which he didn't get to do against blindness, but I will remember.
Okay.
So he has advantage on this, which means it's a 20.
Okay.
So what do you think happens here? What does this look like?
I probably try to Like I reach out and I get ready to levitate, but maybe he's too heavy. Like I feel like he's just too heavy in my mind, so I can't lift him up off the ground.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move out of the way. I'm gonna leave.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a dice.
Yep.
All right. You move out of the way. He, I think, hears you. Skittering
Or smells
away.
me. Weirdo.
And he brings this piece of metal down near you. But he does have disadvantage. So it's a 12 against your AC.
Oh, that is not a hit.
Yeah, you turn around and move, and then he.
I hear you.
But misses you as he brings this thing down wide of where you are. And you can move away from him, yeah. Then into your turn?
Yes.
Cool. Ellie, your turn. What would you like
I
to do?
roll my eyes as Bobo hesitates, being all nice and stuff. Pop out of stealth. Try to ping him again with a normal arrow. Miss horribly.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
you
too busy
have
going,
advantage.
"Oh, Bobo, what are you doing? What?
You have advantage because he's blind.
He's
right.
cute and he smells like roses.
16.
16 is a hit.
Oh, okay. 11 sneak attack and 7 piercing.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you pop an arrow off.
I like yell at Bobo, aim it for his fucking head. Just oh
No,
my god. And then I go
Bobo
into
should
stealth.
get back.
He should do something.
Bobo's like running in like
Yeah.
a crazy old man. And yeah, you stealthing up again.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, an arrow comes out of seemingly nowhere and strikes this Tannerack. And
Do you know how much that sting?
by the way, all of this is in Orcish, so only any of you that can speak Orcish can hear whatever the fuck he's saying or understand what he's saying. Sorry. You can. Everyone else just probably hears. And then
What?
yeah, that's what it is. That's what it sounds like. Aura, that brings us to your turn.
Saw his weak spot. So
Yeah.
I when he swung at me, I definitely did like a matrix move or like bent backwards. Then I came back up and I'm gonna pull my sword out and I'm just gonna drive it up. Like I think I saw like a little spot in his armpit area that wasn't covered. And so I'm just gonna try to drive my greatsword right up into his armpit.
Mess him up, lad.
Ow.
Give me that attack. You have advantage again.
Yeah, so I have advantage. Oh.
Wow.
Meow.
Somehow you
But I
missed.
have advantage too with Zephyr Strike, right?
Yeah, you can't stack advantage though, unfortunately.
Okay.
So you bring this sword up, and I think he's just like he's spinning around wildly, spinning with this sword, and this arrow strikes him just as you're about to like jab into his weak spot here, and then he leans backwards, and this arrow gets him, and you're just off your mark for a second as you stumble forward, missing him with this great sword. You hear Marwood tut behind you, so disappointed.
I hear that, and so it kind of fires me up. So I'm just gonna take a step back.
Yeah.
But that doesn't. I'm still in his range though, so he can't.
You're not in his range. So I can give him another thing of square of threat range, so you can see what that's all about still.
Okay.
But you have Zephyr Strike, which is literally sort of designed for this.
Okay.
So that square where the red is, 5 foot square around him. If you leave that, he will get a potential attack of opportunity. However, Zephyr Strike, your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, so you can actually move in and out as freely while this spell is up, because it's part of what the spell does. So this normally would trigger the opportunity attack, but because of that spell, it doesn't.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go back 2 spaces or back a few feet, and because I don't want to leave Beau.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to not be in his range of swinging around.
Okay. Yeah. Marwood behind you is sort of shouting probably at Beau. He's saying, "I told you not to get close!" And you hear another gunshot go off from young Marwood on a 14.
Hey.
That's a hit.
Which way you shooting?
Another 10 piercing damage dealt by Marwood as a bullet strikes this Tannerack. You see it kind of catch this muscular, thick, hairy thigh. And the Tannerack,
It stings.
he seems to get more and more angry. Bringing us to you, Beau. You are now, like, there's this just giant, like, 8-foot demon monster in front of you, just all muscle. And you're, like, right next to it, and everyone else has left you there. And
It's okay, everybody. I think he's just very cranky. I know just. Okay. Well.
Well, to you,
probably
that
smell
sounded
better
like.
than I do.
That's what it sounded like to you.
I don't understand your hubba wubbas. Okay. Okay, this is what's gonna happen, mister. You're going to bed. You need a nap. Long overdue. Okay. Bippity boppity boo. Hopefully cast sleep on this big fella.
Nice. So sleep is an interesting spell in D&D. It is a weird one. Basically, you roll 5d8, and the total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. So I assume you aim this sleep spell at him.
Yes.
So creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose are the ones that fall asleep. Are you within it? Do you cast it on him, or do you cast it like behind him so that it hits him on like the 20-foot mark here? Where do you place the spell? Because there's like a 20-foot like radius AOE.
Oh wow.
So if you cast it like on him, it would potentially hit your teammates.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I didn't consider that. Okay. I guess
So you gotta
we'll have
pick
it
where
come
it
from
lands.
behind, so it kind of sneak attacks him.
Yeah. So this spell technically goes off like behind him. It hits him. He needs to. So you rolled a 12, which is an incredibly low roll for 5d8, I think.
Oh.
So he needs to have less than 12 HP to fall asleep.
Oh god.
Which he doesn't. So how does this spell look magically?
Okay, well, it comes off like sleepy dust. I don't know, like sparkles and stuff in the air. But it does absolutely nothing to him. He doesn't even flinch.
He's just screaming.
Does he, like,
He's far
sneeze?
too angry.
He probably lets out a big sneeze. Some of it probably went up his nose.
So this spell, by the way, if you had rolled like a lot more points, it potentially can make other things fall asleep as well. Like it reduces. Say he had 10 HP. That would put him to sleep, and you'd still have 2 points, and it goes to the next person with the lowest HP in that 20 foot. And if they have 2 HP, they'll fall asleep too, and it knocks off the HP as it goes down. Does that make sense?
Oh, boy.
It's a weird spell.
Oh wow, yeah.
And it's worth looking up if you're interested in it and you're listening.
Okay.
But, yeah, unfortunately, it's a low roll, and he has a decent amount of HP. It's at least more than 12, and yeah, he doesn't fall asleep. He just keeps screaming at you.
Well, that's just awkward. I'm just gonna back up a little bit.
Now, if you back up a little out of that red threat range, he gets a free attack on you, but he is still blind.
Oh, okay, all right. You know what?
Maybe he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Okay, you know what? I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit.
All right. Move wherever you would like to move.
Okay.
And there is the sound of a big sword coming towards you. Oh my god. 21 is what he rolled. I assume that's higher than your AC.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Well, this ginormous sword connects with you. Let's see. What does it do? 2d6 plus 4 damage. So you feel a tear in the back of your clothing, maybe, and then like a warm sensation as some blood is leaving your body, and a wound to the tune of 8 hit points is opened up, a gash that runs down your back as you run away, and just the tip of this thing kind of just catches you. He's still swinging wildly, but he aims for the area where he can smell or maybe hear you, and catches you just as you run away. It is now the Tannaruck's turn. I'm going to give him a perception roll with just a perception roll. It's pretty good. I think he's going to stumble forward. Again, you two are now back within his threat range, and he's going to swing quite wildly at both of you. One to each of you. First one to Aura, second one to Beau. With disadvantage again, natural 1. So Aura, roll me another d20. A 1. Okay. He swings like insanely. He catches his foot on a rock, and then his sword flies over your head. It lands like 10 feet away from him. I'm gonna find like a thing to try and show you where it is on the map. It's gonna look like a sword, I think, but it's not really. It's just a chunk of metal. But just so that we know where it landed on the map. I will put it in there. Does that look like a sword? Yeah, that looks like a sword. It lands here. Behind you. He throws it over your head. He starts looking around blindly. He's still got the blind effect on him. I think, let's see what else he can do. Oh, okay, yeah. Then he like falls to all fours. He's still got a dude, by the way, that he's dragging behind him in a net.
Yeah.
And he kind of just starts lashing out, and you see that he's trying to like snap and bite at you guys with this. He's got a big mouth full of horrible looking teeth and terrible breath, Beau, as he attempts to bite you. He's still blind, so he has disadvantage.
Still smells like roses. Oh,
A
God.
19.
Oh.
Is that
Yikes.
hit? Higher than your AC? All right.
Uh-huh.
So,
Oof.
he
I smell you.
he bites you for 6 damage. I think he probably catches like one of your arms and just grabs you, and he starts to like drag at you, and you feel his teeth like grate down your forearm before you pull it free, before he can chomp down too much.
Very tasty.
He says, but you hear, and yeah, Aura knows what he says.
Yeah, I like you too.
He is gonna roll his con save now to try and beat the blindness. If I can find it. No, he has advantage, so. Wow! He's still blind. He is still blind. Brings us to Suna's turn.
Oh boy. I'm gonna cast Infestation.
God, what the hell is that?
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
How do I?
Just click on the speech bubble, I think is what does that. If that's not there, then...
There is no speech bubble.
Then I shall read it myself.
Here,
I have
I
found
can
it.
just...
Or you want to do
Okay.
it? On him.
Yep.
You know? Oh, there it is. What does it say?
You cause a cloud of mites, fleas, and other parasites to appear momentarily on one creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or it takes 1d6 poison damage and moves 5 feet in a random direction.
Okay.
Literally everything I have is Constitution, so let's hope he fucking fails.
All right. He gets advantage, so that is already a natural 25.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. Yeah,
That's all right.
He is a. He's good against you.
Yeah, he is.
And yeah, I think. What is it? Does it do anything? Do your spells just fail?
They just fail. At least this one doesn't say anything if it doesn't. if it does anything. So I think I just, because I need components for this one. I need my pouch of fleas. So I'm probably like, now where did I put them? I swear Aura, did you move my flea bag?
No, I didn't touch your flea bag. I have mealworms.
And that's it. That's the end of my turn.
All right.
Gosh.
There's a big Tannerack sort of orcish demon thing moving around on all fours. Like one hand is kind of like swiping out, looking for his sword blindly, while he's still kind of like gnashing out at you like some sort of bear or something on the ground. Sort of like just off to one side of him, on maybe his left, you can see this this man who's just part bird, part man, kind of coming to, and he looks around a little dazed and confused, covered in sand as if he's been dragged a little ways, blood running down his face. He is waking up, but he's not awake. Ellie, it is your turn. You probably see this thing nearby gnashing at the tiefling and Beau.
Oh man, I'm debating hitting the guy, but I'm gonna aim at him, the orc.
Just so that happens to be on your list.
The big dude.
All right, 22 is a hit.
And 16.
16 piercing damage with your sneak attack. Yeah, another arrow comes out of the darkness to your left, Aura and Beau. You see it kind of strike the Tannerack kind of maybe along one of his flanks as he's moving around. And as you guys look left, there's just no one there. There's a rock that has been firing arrows at this creature the entire fight.
And he doesn't even seem to notice.
I mean, he notices. He lets out a cry.
Yeah.
There's another arrow in him. He's not like ginormous. These seem to definitely be doing damage to him. You can see they're buried deep. He's bleeding from them, and every time he gets hit, he's like, which is something I can't repeat on Twitch. So, brings us to Aura. Your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try to keep him away from his sword. I want to use my wind wall to blow him back into the rocks.
What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what wind wall is. I just find out. Is it an
You can post
Oasis
it.
song? Sorry.
Yes, I was gonna sing it and then I decided to not.
To the
Beau
window,
starts up.
to the wall.
It's a little John song.
What does it say? What does it do?
A wall of strong wind rises from the ground at a point you choose within range. You can make the wall up to 50 feet long, 15 feet high, and 1 foot thick. You can shape the wall in any way you choose so long as it makes one continuous path along the ground. The wall lasts for the duration. When the wall appears, each creature within its area must make a strength saving throw. The creature takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. I could keep reading if you'd
have
like.
This spell. This is an unbelievably powerful spell, isn't it? Hang on.
You and I
Hang
did
on.
it together, so...
Oh, yeah. He does that all the
He
time.
did?
He's like, do this thing. And then during the show, he's like, how did you have
How do you
this
have
thing?
this?
I'm like, you gave it to me, Bradley.
I asked you if it was okay.
Let me have a look. Yeah, no, this is a 3rd level spell. When did I? Okay, maybe you.
No, you gave me. Remember, we have wind wall and flame arrows. We did make this character like 6 months ago. So
I don't know how you have these. You don't even have 2nd level spells. This is a 3rd level spell. My sincerest apologies if it was my fault. I was wrong. And I'm willing to admit that right here and right now, but you definitely don't have this spell. This spell's unbelievably strong for your level.
okay,
I don't know
okay.
if I feel like, I remember you adding spells and then I said you don't have that level yet. Because we had a conversation where you said you were level 3, and this is the worst thing about spellcasting in this game, because your spell level and your character level are different, and yet they call them levels. And that's the most confusing thing ever. I don't know why that's the phrase. So I think that's what happened here.
Okay.
I have a feeling that I had said that you can't have them, and then I didn't delete them, and they're still there.
Okay, so then we'll just chat after and delete them.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I think you have the right amount of spells on the 1st level spells, though. I don't think you have this many spells because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spells.
Then I don't know. It was there, so I was going to use it, but since I can't.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I... If I run back and grab his sword, will that count in Zephyr Strike?
What do you mean?
So his sword's on the ground. I want to go grab it so I can use both swords to try to stab him.
You want to dual wield greatswords?
I know I'm probably not strong enough, but I want to try.
Purely because of the fuck up, I'm going to let you do it, but technically you can't do it. So you can disengage from him freely.
Okay.
You can pick up a weapon you can pick stuff up like on movement. It's weird. I don't know why it's not an action or anything, but you can pick this up in the movement, and then you want to run back in with 2 of them.
Will that give me disadvantage?
Because normally, if she doesn't have dual wielding,
You can't.
right?
No, you can. Every single person can dual wield your offhand. You just don't get proficiency when you attack with your offhand.
Okay.
The problem is you're supposed to use a light weapon, or you need the dual wielding thing. I'm gonna let KPP do it once, and then the real rules will apply from now on. You get a burst of energy, like when like mothers pick cars off of children in car wrecks and stuff. Just purely because there was spell confusion, and that's it.
There was Brad confusion.
But you can't actually dual wield 2 great swords. Anyway,
it's because Marwood was ticking at me, going kind of thing. So I got real pissed, and I went and grabbed the other sword, and I'm just gonna I know I'm not strong enough, so I'm gonna tuck it underneath me, and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna tuck and run at the orc to try to stab him.
Give me 2 greatsword attacks.
And there's no advantage, nothing on this, correct?
Nope. You shouldn't even be able to do it, and you should also have disadvantage, but wow. All right, one's a hit and the next one is a natural 1. So give me which one did you swing with first?
I used my sword because that's the one I'm most familiar with.
Okay. Give me the damage on that one. Because that
11.
comes in, it cleaves a nasty 11 points of damage off of him. Probably opening up a pretty severe wound along the front of his chest, up over his shoulder. And then roll me a d20 for what the hell you do with the second one as you roll the natural 1.
6.
A 6. You just launch it. Maybe you do like a swing thing where you swing one upwards and then you swing the other one. But then just like him, you realize now why this thing slipped out of his hand. The hilt of the sword is covered in something slimy and weird. And you just launch it. And it fires offwards. It goes over his head and into the darkness beyond as you also throw this sword. But it looked cool.
Okay. All that matters.
And yeah, you launch the second greatsword into the distance. But you've opened up a terrible wound in him. He says,
I eat you first.
as he swings his head roughly in your direction. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm just gonna back out of his attack area. I'm backing up more this time.
Sure,
just
yeah. Another gunshot goes off from Marwood. And it's a miss. The rock near where Ellie is, there's like a crumple of rocks as the bullet hits that, ricochets offwards. Ellie probably has to duck a little bit as some pebbles run over the top of her head. No one knows she's there. And
Nah, I don't even duck. I know it's not gonna hit, and it just barely scrapes. Some pebbles fall down. I'm like, oh, come on.
There's like a bullet hole, the rock behind you, the bullet hole just goes through the rock and past you like that corn video. All right, Bow. Your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm checking myself out, and as I'm doing so, I feel the intense pain on my right shoulder, and that guy certainly left a mark. So I've got to do something about it. Awkwardly, putting my hands out, I bust a move, kinda something like the Macarena, and I perform Cure Wounds.
Nice. And you're curing yourself, yeah?
Yeah.
How does it look?
Well, it's all it's like I start glowing and stuff as I start dancing the Macarena. Hey, Macarena! And then I start feeling better. Oh, that was getting too close, big guy.
Sure. Do you want to move? I mean, this
get
thing
back.
is like trying to bite you and eat you.
Yeah, that too. That's like okay. Now that I've busted out a move, I'm gonna back up.
All right. It will get to attack you with disadvantage because
Ew.
it's blind.
Okay.
Which also means Marwood would have had advantage, but I forgot and we moved on. That's the rule. Nice and early in the campaign here. If we do a thing and we just move on, and then we're like, oh, I forgot he was poisoned, or oh, I was blind, and then that's it. What's done is done. Otherwise, we have to live in alternate realities. Okay, you're gonna move or you're gonna risk it?
I'm gonna move.
All right.
I'm backing up.
There is a gnashing noise from behind you as the creature attempts to
Yeah.
bite you with disadvantage.
No,
16?
touchy. Ew.
What's your AC?
It's 15.
Oh dear. He bites you again.
Duh.
I think he also thinks that you are Aura as well. Like he thinks he's winning against
Oof.
Aura, who was his main thing because he wants the lizard. He's gonna bite you for 11. Good God. That's a lot of damage.
Oh.
I think he probably takes a chunk out of your ass as he.
Not my bottom. I paid good money for that.
Yeah, he gets a chunk of Bobo ass, and he just rips a nasty chunk
Ew.
of old man elf ass to the tune of 11 points.
Tasty.
That into your turn?
That I do.
The Tannerack is going to roll a perception check. What was your stealth check here, Ellie? Because you're in this range of him
I
now.
think it was a 15 last time. Yeah, 15.
Oof. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got like a 21, huh?
No. He runs straight ahead for you again, Bobo. He's chasing that ass.
He's
He
literally.
No.
Chasing that ass. He does move into range of you, Ellie, but he doesn't know that you're there, or at least he doesn't come for you. And he is going to attempt to bite you again.
What the?
Yes. But many disadvantages coming in. 1, 2, a 15. And your AC was 15 again?
Yeah.
That's one hit. And then he's going to try and bite you again because he's got
Oh my
multi-attack.
God. Why?
15 again. All right. This
What
is
the-
going to suck. He is going to roll
This is gonna suck.
2d8 plus 8. You got at least 8 coming in. Let's hope he rolls low as he comes in. He just chases
jeez.
after you. He bites you once and then you're running away and he's just all fours running after you now.
Oh my God.
There's this dude in a net. He just lets the dude go and it just rolls behind him as he just chases after you. And he kind of does his big jump, leap, and pounce. And then he bites you again. And he is going to deal 17 piercing damage to you.
I'm down.
Down. Beau slammed to the ground. Probably like you guys probably don't even see it. Like this thing just jumps onto Beau and then just starts biting Beau on the ground. You can't even see Beau. It's probably on top of where like Beau is, and she's down, or he's down. And so Beau, this is the first time you've been down.
Yes.
It indeed is.
So at 0 hit points, you are not dead. You are knocked out. If you take any more damage, you'll fail a death save. What you're doing now, on your character sheet in the middle, you can see death saves, successes, and failures. On the core page, main page,
Okay.
you'll see the death saves. Now what happens here is you roll a d20 on your turn. This is all you can do on your turn now, is roll what's known as a death save. If you fail 3 of them, which is less than a 10, you will die. If you get a 10 plus, then you stabilize. You're like, you're not dying anymore. As it stands, you're kind of in limbo. You're bleeding out. This thing is messing around on top of you. Looks like it's going to try and eat you.
Oh, God.
But you're kind of just KO right now, rolling around in the sand.
Oh, like a ragdoll. Yikes.
You're being ragdolled. Sooner, your turn.
How tall are you, Beau?
I'm not that tall. I think I'm roughly maybe 5. Oh, okay, I'm 5'9". I'm not so bad.
Okay. I'm going to cast Mold Earth, and he's like on top of Beau, like trying to eat Beau.
Yeah, I mean, he's still blind, so it's kind of like this thing where he's kind of pawing and batting at it. Like, you might see a dog with a toy kind of situation. He's like he's more humanoid than animalistic, but he's got these big thighs that kind of allow him to bend in a way that makes him look very animal.
Okay.
And Beau's just between his legs, I think, at this point, and he's kind of like snapping. I mean, you probably, at this point, we freeze frame as he tears a chunk out of like Beau's back.
Yeah.
And then you react.
I would like to see if I can use Mold Earth and encase take the stone from this rock here by us and put it around his legs so he can't move. Is that possible?
I guess so. Mold Earth. Let's have a look. I pressed a button.
Otherwise, I want to cocoon Beau so he can't eat him. Basically, give him like a rock shield.
Let's see. This is a cantrip. Cantrip means it's not that strong. So that's the first thing you should be aware of. You can mold a portion of dirt or stone. It's as strong as my
concentration, right?
I don't think it's even concentration. That fits within a 5 foot. You can manipulate in one of the first ways. You target an area of loose earth, and you can instantly excavate it, move it along the ground, deposit it up to 5 feet away. You can cause shapes, colors, or both to appear in the dirt or stone. If the dirt or stone you target on the ground, it can become difficult terrain, or you can cause the ground to become normal terrain if it's already difficult terrain. I think the reason it gives you loose earth is so that you can't do this. I feel like there's a spell that is a powerful version of this, which is why you can't really do it. I would say you might be able to cover up Beau. You'd be better off trying to cover Beau.
Okay,
I don't think you can mold it
do.
like and encase his leg, because it would just be like sand, and I think it would fall apart. I think that's what it's. You don't have that level of control.
Well, you do either
stone shape. That's what it's called.
Stone or yeah, I'm wondering if potentially I could use the sand, right, rather than the rocks, because the rock's not loose earth.
Yeah.
But is that going to protect him? It would just give.
Hopefully, this thing's relying on its sense of smell.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to create, I guess, a hard sand shield around Beau.
All right, sand coffin.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's what this is for. It's more about displacing less powerful.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not meant to be used this way, but I'm just trying to help Beau.
I'm down for working out whether things can do this. But usually there's things like stone shape that exists that you're aiming to do stone shape stuff, which might be a spell that you get later on.
Yeah.
All right, so you're kind of just covering Beau in dirt.
Yeah, I'm
Suddenly,
protecting Beau, yeah.
There's a wash of dirt and sand that covers over. We see like a lump of Beau now covered in dirt and sand as the creature kind of like moves around a little confused, I think. At the end of your turn?
Yeah, and I also step forward so that I can be in range to do that. So I'm now right next to Marwood.
All right, Ellie's turn.
If he can't see me, can I step out of the zone without... Oh, wait, I can disengage, right?
You could do that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's my bonus action, right?
Yeah.
You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I think that I am going to. Oh boy. Let me do this. Let me try to measure this real quick. I'm gonna disengage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop out a stealth and hit him, or try to hit him. I should say. So let me find that, and then and do I still have advantage?
Yeah, because he's still blind.
Okay. So that, and then I'm going to. Can I move and disengage, or just disengage?
You need to disengage and move in order to have the advantage because you're using a ranged weapon in melee range. So if you use a bow next to a creature that's melee range, you get disadvantage because it's close. You're supposed to use a sword or something. So to keep the advantage, it would just turn it into a normal roll, but then you would lose your sneak attack.
Oh, okay. So I shouldn't move.
You should basically disengage, move, and fire, and you can use that, what you rolled there.
Can I still do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna disengage.
There's a load of complexities in there for just randomly that move.
In that direction. And disengage, how far is disengage?
Disengage gives you 5 feet of movement, and then you get your movement on top of it.
Okay, so I'd be like more like right here then. And as I'm like disengaging, I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna fire at him, and then I'm gonna scream, "Hey, motherfucker, come get me!" And I'm gonna start running.
Yeah.
Obviously, turn like I'm going to start running, just to try and get him off of Bobo.
Do you want to kill him?
Oh. As I say that, he just goes down. And I'm like, oh, shit. I think I hit him in the ass as like a nice little ender to that. I just hit him like square right in the asshole, and I'm like, oh.
You hit him in the ass, and he just falls to the ground, collapses. There's a bunch of sand that drifts up around him, and you can see that the effect of him hitting the ground and pushing the sand washes the sand off of Beau. He's still down.
I feel a little disappointed because I was ready to run, and I'm like, oh, come on, man.
You've wiped him out. And Beau is still down, however. Aura, if you want to do something about that, you can. Now is your chance.
I want to run over to Beau.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to use cure wounds on him.
All right. Give me the cure wounds.
And that's when I roll, correct? Or is that what Beau rolls?
You click on the cure wounds. Yeah, you should have it as a thing in your attacks and spellcasting thing there as well.
Okay. Am I just a level 1, correct?
Yeah. Every spell you have is level 1. We can do an advanced course later on because I probably should check everything that's going on in your character.
Okay.
sheet.
So I got 8.
Yeah, you run over. Beau, this means you're no longer on death saves. You can... Magic is wonderfully broken in this, in that if you're on death saves, you can just instantly be rezzed. You wake up as Aura is doing something to you. What does it look like, Aura?
It's like this green, my hands glow green, and I just touch Beau, and this electric current goes over Beau. And then fades.
Sure,
and color starts to come back in his face.
You just do the thing. And Beau, yeah, you wake up. They're covered in sand. You're probably still in some pain. You do get the full 8 HP back.
I'm coughing up sand.
I walk over to like help him. Like I extend a hand to help him back up. I'm like, you really shouldn't try to be friends with demons, right?
I just felt he was misunderstood.
Well, see, now the only thing's missing is your ass, so...
You do have a particularly bad sore feeling.
Yeah. Damn.
Maybe it'll grow back.
Butts don't grow back. I'm gonna need a replacement.
You're not a spry young sword wielder. What are you doing charging up towards the enemy?
To be honest, I'm not quite sure.
Well, do us all a favor and don't do that again.
I guess it was the adrenaline.
So,
Yeah,
there
I feel
is
you, man.
still a man trapped in a net, a little ways behind the now kind of rolled over somewhat corpse of the Tannerack. The Tannerack has nothing on him. He's completely naked. It's an awful sight. He stinks. He's dead. He's got all these wounds and arrows in him. And maybe 10 feet above where Suna's thing is, there's a dude just in a net. Again, he just looks beat up. He's an Aarakocra, which I did have an image, and it's now done that thing where it breaks the image and says that I don't have an image. So let me re-upload that for you, and you can see what that looks like. But he's essentially just like a half man, half eagle. And he looks all beat up and messed up. Marwood is kind of sauntering over. He's kind of messing with the gun, reloading it before he checks everything. But you can see that he seems to be more concerned with others than the dude on the ground. He seems to be scanning the horizon to see if there's anything else coming in. But as far as you guys can tell, it seems like it's pretty quiet at the moment. It doesn't seem like there's any more orcs or Tannarucks running at you right now. What would you
I'm
guys
gonna
like
search
to
the
do?
guy. I'm gonna search the guy that's on the ground and make sure there's no weapons or anything on him.
The dude in the net?
Are you all right?
Yeah, while he's still in the net, I'm gonna like reach through and try to make sure there's like he has no weaponry or anything. If he's bound, then I'm not gonna bind him just yet because I don't trust strangers.
Yeah, he's not. He has nothing on him apart from what looks like a little club, just like a small thing, like a baton. But
I take it and I throw it.
Yeah. Other than that, he just seems to have some like real basic wraps on him. Not red like a sandwalker. They're like tan color, just desert wear.
Well, then I'll take out my dagger and I'll start to cut it. The thingies in the net.
He's kind of like rolling around, just like you can see his eyes rolling around his head, like he's taken like a bad hit, and he's got this kind of blood running down through some of his feathers around his face.
Oh,
around
come
his
on,
beak.
man. You need to hold still. Just hold still already.
Well,
I'm gonna cut you. Stop.
He's wounded.
I'm gonna cut him. I'm gonna cut him if he doesn't stop moving. Not on purpose.
Can we help him?
I
I
can't.
look towards Beau and Aura.
I need to rest before I can do anything else again.
All right, fair enough.
I'm feeling bummed out.
yeah, literally.
Yeah, I'll bet. Excuse me. Can you hear me?
Let's see how he feels. Oh, he feels so bad. He's not saying anything. Like you can hear him kind of every now and then. He's kind of like he'll just kind of murmur something, but it's unintelligible. It's just rolling
I'm
around.
going to give you some water.
This is kind of how he looks. There we go. Finally, Birdman.
Oh, that's cool.
He's like that. He looks a little like that, but he's all kind of messed up. You try and give him some water.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You can see that he kind of takes the water. He's a little confused.
You're all right now.
His eyes focus a little more, and you see him kind of focus on you for a moment. Marwood walks over and looks down at you, but doesn't say anything. Continues to scan the area around. The Aarakocra suddenly, with a jolt, comes to for a moment and, where am I?
About half a day's travel away from New Thindun.
Oh, my head hurts.
Are you all right?
No, I can see 4 of you.
Okay.
Would you like some mealworms?
Mealworms.
Well, I also have rations as well. No, I don't think he eats mealworms.
I think I'm gonna be.
I just assumed.
No. Well, that was. This is the worst day of my life. Who are you?
My name is Suna.
We just saved your ass. What were you doing in that guy's net? How'd you get caught?
Come up behind me. He kind of looks at his hand, the blood on it. Oh, have I still got half my head? Is it gone?
Yeah, no, your whole head is there, but you do have a nasty wound there. May I get close and try to tend to it a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. I'm just gonna take my cloth over here and I'm gonna put it on your head. So don't move. And I'm just going to try to do standard like medicine because I don't have any magic or anything.
Yeah, give me a medicine check. Oh, it's not great. You kind of just,
damn it.
you kind of fuck with it. You can see that it looks like a wound, not necessarily from the sword, but maybe like the Tannerack hit him or something, just hit him with a rock or hit him with like his fist or something like that. And it just seems to have like split the skin a little bit. It looks more swollen than anything else.
I can't really see because of the feathers here. Sorry. Maybe just apply pressure.
He starts
with
to kind of
this
like
cloth here.
pull at the net and try and get out. You can see his wings kind of trying to move around behind him, and he.
I'll cut you out of the net. Just calm down.
I was already trying to do that.
Yeah, I think
Did
you
I
were
not do
cutting him
it?
out, and yeah, he's
Okay.
like pulling the net off of himself and pulling himself out of the netting and moving away from it. He sort of attempts to stand up and then stumbles and falls to the left and says, "Oh God, I knew I shouldn't have wandered around." Okay, so I'm where?
You're about a half a day's travel from New Thindoon. It's the nearest city.
Okay, all right.
What are you doing out here?
I was just having a look around, and then
Well, that was stupid.
kind of lights out, and now I'm all the way out here. I was just outside the town. And Marwood steps in a little at that point and says, "You are looking for something or someone?" "No, I just was looking around. I thought I'd take a look around. It was daylight. There was what the hell was that thing? What is that thing?" "It is Tanarukk. It's a big
He's dead.
orc type thing, evil. What's it doing all the way up to a town like that? Don't you people have like a sheriff?" No, I don't know much about the architects. You know about orcs?" He kind of looks to you guys.
I know
No.
a little bit.
See,
I just kill things. I don't try to understand them.
I think Aura, you rolled well, and also this is just a thing that you had anyway in your backstory. You know the orcs, where you're from, there is orcs that live in a forest nearby, and they raid very small little villages, and they very rarely will attack like a full town. New Thindoon is probably about the same size as your hometown, and orcs don't even really attack your hometown, I don't think. They would hit much smaller villages than that. Usually not worth it. They're better at hitting caravans and random people wandering around. So it seems a little weird that this guy probably was attacked by one so close to that town, but also that town didn't look too well defended. It had like those vague walls with that's it, and there wasn't really any like militia or presence of like a sheriff or someone that might be in charge. Marwood kind of shrugged at the idea of it anyway. The Aarakocra kind of like looks around a little more, and he says, "I just weren't expecting that, I thought if something was going to get me, I'd be able to run back to the town." Marwood looks a little concerned and kind of looks back towards where New Thindoon is, and then looks back to you, Aura.
He said he was hungry.
Where was he taking you?
This is a good question. Do you know? No, he just... Well, I sort of came to and he was dragging me around, and then he started screaming, and then you lot were all there, and... Well, that's all I remember, really.
It's strange to me that he would attack you just outside New Thindoon and take you this far away and not eat you.
Yes, it is worrying that we are following where he was going.
I wonder if he was going to eat you or if something else was.
Either that or his friends are ahead of us on this trail. We
Did he
should be
mention
aware.
that he was going to meet anyone?
No, but, he's orc. Orc usually in pack.
He's right. They travel together a lot.
For all we know, he was just coming back home with some Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes, whatever that is.
Probably has a family to feed.
I start walking away and I'm just laughing. Like I've been bottling it up. I tried to stay in stealth the whole time and everything Bobo was saying. And finally, I just started laughing and walking away. Like just try to get distance because I can't do this anymore. God.
What do we do with him then? He cannot come with us. He will slow us down. We give him rations. Leave him here.
Leave him?
Yes, he will be fine. Yes. We give
No,
him.
take him with us. Let's go. He owes us. He owes us. We saved him. He owes us. He's coming with us. Let's go.
Well,
can
he
walk.
might slow us down.
The Aarakocra's like his wings are all like skew whiff and he's like laying. He's like he still can't like he's sitting up, but he looks like he's kind of like maybe about to vom.
Can I?
Yeah, go on.
Since I have buns, can I see if I can do medicine on him to help set his wings or anything?
Yeah, his wings look fine. It's just that they're part of him, and he's just been dragged around. Like he doesn't look like he's in a great state. Like he looks like he is just fucked. Like he needs he would need to go to an ER instead of go on a camping trip with you lot. But
Okay.
you know, like he kind of looks up and just looks around and says, "Half a day. Yeah, I can go back. It's fine. Maybe someone spare me a knife or something."
I don't have anything like that.
I don't have.
Maybe you
enough.
can take Mr. Smelly's sword or something. You know how to use one of those?
Oh yeah, that one that Aura threw at me, right?
Yeah, it's like
It was
it's
an
like,
accident.
It's like lodged in the sand, like ahead, like somewhere ahead of you. It's just it's like a triangle of metal, like a completely like just jagged piece of metal that he's torn off of something.
He can barely stand. You think it can hold a sword?
Yeah, I'm not really good with big swords. All right.
Since I have a poison dagger, you just hear me go, "Oh my god, come on!" And then just like take out my regular dagger, and I'm like, "You owe me. When we get back to town, you owe me." And I give him my dagger, my regular dagger, not my poison one.
He takes the dagger, but he takes your hands as well and says, "Thank you. Listen, I don't know. And he opens a hidden pouch on his tunic, pulls out a few coins and hands them to you. Roll me a d10.
Okay. Five.
5 gold. He says,
Oh, okay.
"That's all I
Thank you
got. Lost my bag. Bullshit." He says, "Name's Castra. If I see you again, I'll be sure to reward you much better than the 5 gold."
Yeah, we may need help. Bobo and I may need help when we get back, so I'll be sure to find you.
Can I
Marwood,
cast spells?
Marwood kind of like says, "You will be fine, Dad. We will keep going. He will be fine. Look at him. He is strong." The dude's
Are
like,
you-
I hand him. I'm like, well, hell, we need to go. I hand him the small vial of water I have because I have a small vial of water. I have water skins, but I still have a vial of water, and I hand it to him. Because I don't need a vial of water yet.
yeah,
So
he takes it. Thank
and I
you.
walk away.
As soon as I can walk, I'll head back. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm usually much more aware.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I think I'm getting feeling back in my face. Snaps
Okay.
his beak a couple times.
All right, well, we really best be on our way then.
Marwood
Good luck
says,
to you.
Yeah. Make sure you report this to Chancellor, okay? Don't trust orcs." Yeah, I'll do that. He kind of like cracks his neck and maybe backs up to the rock that you'd been hiding behind. And just you see him kind of just start tending to himself. He nods at you all. Marwood says, "I don't like to have to leave men behind like this, and but we have to keep moving. It's not
Yes.
good to make this much noise, you know?"
Of course.
No.
Oh, are you all right?
Me?
Beau.
Oh.
Oh, duh. Yeah, just Peachy.
Are you sure?
God, Peachy! And I'm just wheezing in pain. Peachy. Just Peachy.
Can you not heal yourself?
I mean, well, I think I can. Let's give it a go. I start the chanting words bada boom, and well, not as strong of a wind comes my way, but my hair starts flowing in the wind. Let's give this a go. I feel that impact. And well, it does do me a bit. So I stand up a little more straight, not so hunched as I used to be, and I appear to be looking better to everyone. And so I reassure Suna that, all right, well, doing a lot better now, at least.
Okay.
I walk up and
Man
straighten
looks
Beau's
strong.
glasses, and I'm like, dude, you at least got to keep these straight. And then I walk. That's when I start to walk.
I think it'll grow back, Beau.
You guys start like moving away in the direction that Marwood points, and the area becomes kind of an arid, rocky experience. There's a lot less sand. Sand is still present, but it starts to get that kind of red rock, Grand Canyon-esque looking area. I think as you guys move away from the area where you just had the combat and you start moving forwards, there's this strange feeling that you get, Ellie, as you're moving away from that corpse.
Mm-hmm.
You turn to it, and there's an odd heartbeat sound that you hear once, and then you feel a strange rush of maybe wind hit you for a second. When you look down at your hand, on the back of your right hand and on your palm, there's like an ink splotch, almost looking tattoo. And it burns a little instantly. That's where we're going to go to a break.
What?
And
Is that her curse?
And congratulations, you defeated the creature. And we'll do a little break here as you guys try and work out what's going on. I'll double check your spells, KPP. And when we come back, you guys can do the travel task things for the next
Oh, boy.
section.
Oof.
Yeah, we have a quick announcement thing, which PB is going to do better than me.
What?
You know
Well,
more
it's
about it,
just-
right? You know the facts?
Well, the facts are these. Whack made a game
Yes.
for all of you. Yes. And it is absolutely free for you to go and play. So do that. It's in the world of Harry Potter. It's called Witchcraft and Wizardry. And to celebrate his making of a game, we are doing a show in the
Yes.
world of Harry Potter. And we have a trailer with a cast announcement.
Harry
for
Potter
you.
show coming up soon.
Harry Potter!
And
Sorry.
there is a whole Whack Stephen, our resident GM, has made an entire system that
Yes.
you can download and play if you want, and go and mess around with it. I'm going to play you the trailer now. Then we'll go on a little break. Go get yourselves a little drink. Thank you for joining us this evening. And when we
We
return,
didn't die.
you will continue trying not to die as you wander
You guys
through
saved
the...
my ass.
Yay! All right, here's the trailer.
Most
See you
of
in a
it.
few minutes. Welcome back, everybody, to Dying Order with your host, Dispiarix.
Oh no, what? Hi, gang.
So, the first thing I wanted to show you, which I wanted to show like 2 weeks ago and completely forgot, was this random piece of fan art that I didn't show, that I thought was cool as shit, and I can't remember who did it. It was in the Discord. Look at that. It's of Aura. Who was that? Shout yourself out quick so I can shout you out, because I wrote it down like 2 weeks ago and it's gone. That's cool. Second of all, the Aarakocra that you just met was an NPC that was submitted by one of our Patreons, or patrons on Patreon. Nathan, who also inspired the character of Nathan Bell from the Inquisition episodes, the dead one. I forget
Lucifer.
who.
Sorry, Lucifer was the one who drew that.
Lucifer, that was it, yeah. I don't know, I wrote it on a note, but my notes are insane. Before D&D begins, when I'm preparing all of this whole campaign, it's all nice and there's like links to other G Drive things and stuff. And then literally after episode 1, it's like a bomb hits my like documents where I just write down random shit and I'm like, this is a good idea and this is what happened in the session and this is just some random stuff. So then I lose everything. And yeah, that's why I'm so scatterbrained all the time. So Lucifer, cool fan art of Aura. Awesome. Thanks very much. You can submit fan art on our Discord. There's all sorts in there for all the different shows. It's amazing. I love fan art. It's so cool. Wish I had any skills. But I wish I could draw. And thanks, Nathan, for Castra, who maybe we'll see again one day. Maybe we won't. Who knows? Continuing with the game. So, you guys head out, and you actually did your roles for this day. Essentially, you did a bunch of roles for a good portion of this first night. But you were attacked pretty early on, which disrupts it, but doesn't end it. You still manage to continue walking. You travel throughout the entire evening. It gets to probably early morning before maybe Marwood suggests to camp, to break for the day and try and find somewhere to settle, to sleep or to rest. For the most part, you've moved completely away now from what was open sands. The open sands are kind of this whole area on the map, whereas over here is a very sort of rocky, mountainous terrain, but it's in that very macery, Grand Canyon-esque looking red rock mountains, as opposed to the Lord of the Rings snow on top type deals. You'd think I've never seen a mountain in real life, right? You move through, or move maybe into what is essentially kind of like a canyon. Marwood suggests that maybe you can find a small cave or a cover to rest in during the day to keep the sun off of your backs and heads. And he maneuvers the group away from the high road and more towards like a low road, and takes you into an area where it's like a canyon, and maybe that's where you guys would set up for the day. Is anyone doing anything on this rest? So this will be a long rest, unless you don't want to.
No, this is, yes, long rest for sure.
You can do what is essentially like a forward march. You're just like, nope, we're just going to do double the movement, do the whole thing, and get going. But it's up to you. Mar would suggest that you rest at least through till mid-afternoon and then head out as night
I'd
falls.
like to rest.
We're going to long rest for sure. I promised everybody that I wouldn't
Yeah, I'd like
push
to
us all the way through.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think you guys find a decent cavern, and you long rest. You get like an automatic long rest here. You probably do set a watch. Every few hours somebody wakes someone else
Nope.
up, or
I'll just do it. I'll
do
just
the
do
whole thing.
Mhm.
You have a special thing that does that?
it. Mm-hmm.
What is it?
I will send it to you.
I recall it. I remember something to do with it. Oh yeah. You take the whole rest.
Uh-huh. I'd probably say something like, I'll take the first watch. Everybody go ahead and rest, and I'll tell you a good story, put you right to sleep, and then I just don't wake them up.
Yeah, I think Marwood sleeps for what seems to you like dead on 4 hours, and then he wakes up like a robot and heads over towards maybe the entrance of this small cave. It's not really a cave. I think it's probably more like a hanging, an awning that allows you to see out pretty clearly. A decent rest spot. You don't see anything. It's empty and quiet for the most part. And Mar would approach you sooner and attempt to take the next watch. You can rest now. It's fine.
That's all right. I'm quite okay. Do you need more rest or?
No. Are you sure?
I'm very sure. I promise. I'll wake you up when I'm tired.
Very well. He goes and settles back. He's very confused with you. What did you want to do, Pocket?
Oh, I was gonna say, I would sleep just as long as I needed for a long rest, and then wake up and be done sleeping, regardless.
Yeah, I think. What are you, half elf?
Yeah.
You need normal amount of sleep, or you guys trance? I can't remember, because full elves do like a 4-hour trance thing. That's all they need to do. They just meditate for 4 hours. I can't remember. I think half elves have to sleep fully. I always get confused.
Might need to. I don't see anything about a trance.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so you probably, I mean, really you don't need to sleep to get the full rest. You just need to not be doing anything for 8 hours, but you don't know when you're next going to need to sleep. So you guys probably take a rest. There's some food. You eat the lizard. You will need to mark off a water skin. You don't need to mark off a ration because you foraged. So you have that ration still. And that's it, actually. You feel pretty great though, Ellie. Just want to state there's just a little extra pip in your step today. Feeling great. You do have a tattoo on your hand, which is like,
which came out of nowhere, right? I didn't already have that.
You looked at the dead body, you felt a buffet of wind, you heard a heartbeat, and then your hand was burning and itching for like a few seconds, and now there is what looks like someone spilled a little bit of ink on the palm of your hand, and it matches on the back as if it goes straight through. You know, like it's the same thing.
As soon as I'm gonna like look at it until everyone's awake, and then as soon as Aura wakes up, I'm just gonna walk straight to her and be like, "What's that?" Because she was
grab her hand.
Yeah. Do you have? Okay, go on. Do you have any expertise in any curses or anything like that?
I mean, my mom was a librarian and she used to teach me things. But I don't know. I mean, I might have studied a book once or twice about
Roll me a
curses.
d20.
Okay. 7.
7. I don't think you know much about curses.
Okay.
You maybe, your mum mentioned some stuff, but I don't think that you know a huge amount about it.
I just try. I'm like, guys, this isn't something I had, and I'm a little. It's on both sides. It just appeared
me
after
see
we
that.
killed that
Give
thing.
it here.
If you want to look at it, you can give me a medicine check.
Okay. Me?
Anyone who wants to look at it, and
Since
while
I
you're
looked at it,
all
I'll
on this
do-
rest.
I'll do a medicine check too.
15, 19. A 15 from you, Ellie. It doesn't look like a wound or anything like discoloration of the skin. This looks more like a tattoo. It doesn't look like an infection or something like she's had like some weird stigmata appear or anything. It just looks like if anything, it looks like an old tattoo. She's had it for years. You can give me Arcana or Investigation checks to continue your curiosities.
22.
Damn. A crit.
16.
So Aura and Ellie, you're looking it over. Probably no real idea here. Aura, you would probably be aware that it is magical in origin. Ellie, you too. But what that origin is, what it's about, you are very unsure. Sooner, I don't think you know what it is. Even on a natural 20, you don't know what's going on or what this is, but you do know that it's a curse. For whatever reason you want to come up with, if you're well versed in them from knowledge or whether it's a thing that you innately know, it's up to you. But she for sure has a curse here, and you would assume it is demonic or maybe a spirit or something like that that is affecting Ellie. There is some sort of otherworldly curse that's affecting her here.
What? When did you say this appeared?
After we killed that thing, that what, orc you said?
And you've never seen this before?
No, I never had this before. It happened yesterday, and I didn't think anything of it. I was tired, and I thought maybe I was just seeing things. No, it's still there. I remember, as we were walking away, I remember stopping and feeling it sort of burn into my flesh, and then I remember feeling the heartbeat of the orc, even though it was dead. I don't know. That's all I know. I literally just thought I was really tired. It's still there. What is it again? What is this?
I'm afraid you've been cursed. And this is very dark magic. This is demonic.
Oh, well, this is great. What could possibly go wrong now? Oh boy.
Well, I'd say this is pretty up there with the worst.
Yeah.
You don't want demons messing around.
Yeah, well, I guess I don't have a choice now, do I? At least until we're done with this part.
It's like they marked you.
Would I know how to remove it? With that nat 22? Like how you typically go about that?
Yeah, I mean there are
For that nat
spells.
20?
There are spells that allow you to remove basic curses. This is a strong one, so
This isn't a basic one. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
not sure, but seeing a cleric or really high level wizard or some sort of freaky warlock or someone or a witch doctor or something, they can
Basically have
usually
to go back to town, right? To those clerics.
Yeah.
Yeah. A cleric is your best bet for removing a curse. There are other ways, but that's pretty much. You need someone who can cast the remove curse thing, which unfortunately is none of your classes.
We're going to need to see a a certain type of magic user to remove it. But I think we'd have to go all the way back to town and hope we get lucky.
I think I'll be fine. I mean, I feel fine. I know I've never been cursed before, so I don't really know how I should feel, but I feel fine. If it gets bad, then maybe I gotta head back to town. We'll see. I don't know.
It can get very heavy. It's a weight, this kind of darkness.
Well,
It sneaks up on you.
we don't really have a choice. We've already started out, and we just got to keep going. I think so. I'll be fine. I'll let you know if it starts to bother, because I know that you guys should probably be aware. That's why.
All right.
Here you go. Yeah. Oh, this sucks. And I just walk away.
I'm gonna look at Soon. It's like Suna, right?
Yeah, Tsuna. Yes.
Suna. Does the curse ever fade, or does it just last forever?
It must be broken, and if it's strong enough, it can go down generations.
Do you think we'll come across a specific type of magic user she needs on the way?
Probably not. I mean, I doubt there's anybody out here.
What? Okay.
I'm just wondering where it came from, and if we have one too.
I mean, that was a demon orc. Maybe it came from him. She killed him.
That's where I turned to Bobo. I'm like, Bobo, do you have a curse?
What? I was deep in sleep. What I miss? I'm
Why are
cursed.
you asleep?
Am I cursed?
Yes, are you cursed?
I mean, not
that-
sure.
It's kind of rude, Ellie.
Test
What?
me.
You guys asked if we're all cursed.
How would I know if I'm cursed?
Do you have a tattoo on your hand like me?
Yes. And I show my hand, and there's absolutely nothing.
What are you,
Wait, what?
Bo, what are you talking about? There's nothing on your
There's
hand.
nothing on your hand, man. What do you mean you have? No, you don't. You don't have anything on your hand,
think you
man. Are you
see something?
crazy? Are you crazy? What's going on?
Probably joking.
Do you
He
see
likes
something,
jokes.
Bo?
And in frustration, I just let out a typical old man cry.
All right. Well, let me see it. Maybe we just can't see it.
Okay. And I pass my hand over to Suna.
That medicine again.
Do you see it?
If
Anything?
you're trying to work out whether she's cursed, you can roll me an Arcana. Medicine was just because at first this thing appeared out of nowhere, so you would assume that
8.
it was. I don't think
Can
you can tell whether she's cursed or not.
Honestly, Bo, I don't see anything, but I also don't see any darkness on you. You don't appear to be cursed, at least not to me.
Oh.
Why would you hesitate if we asked if you were cursed?
Meh.
Also, it's all right. You
Okay,
did have
you know what? You just
pretty
woke
rough
up. I think.
encounter.
Yeah, I think something. You know what? You feeling better at least?
No.
Aura, I don't
would be
think
really
And I appear just fine, and then I'm just in denial. Nope.
I don't think Aura you can tell either whether she's cursed,
Okay.
even on a
Oh
14.
my god, Bobo, you're such a pain in the ass. Okay, let's go. I think he's fine. I think he's fine. I think he's just lying. I don't know.
Speaking of pain in the ass, how is your ass doing?
Oh yeah, speaking
Yeah.
of your ass.
It's
How is it?
fine. It's fine. And I feel and there's like a huge chunk just gone. It's fine, and I'm just giving the best smile I could portray, and there's a little like whatchamacallit, it's not coming out right.
Would you mind if I look?
So you want to look at my butt?
Well, I can maybe help you feel better if I assess this situation.
You didn't go there. Oh, fine.
Okay, and I'm gonna walk around Beau and pull
Maybe-
his pants down a little.
Maybe
Is his
we
pants
shouldn't
still
look, Ellie.
like? Does he still have pants? I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, they're a bit torn up.
I'm just feeling super chipper, and I'm just laughing at everything going on right now. Like, man, I'm feeling great. I don't know
Yeah.
about you.
Give me
I
a
want to
medicine
see.
check.
Okay,
It is
I
pretty
don't
funny.
like this.
it's fine. I promise. I'm just making sure you're okay. Got a 2.
A 2.
Old man with his pants down.
Do you see anything?
You can't tell what has happened here. His ass looks like a really bad like plastic surgery gone wrong because it was magically knitted back together. So it's just kind of like this weird. Like one cheek looks kind of
Lumpy.
okay, and then the other one is just a mess. It's like lumpy and it dips in at points and it's kind of stringy. It's weird. It looks like a testicle, a giant testicle.
I like
And
walk
it's
around and I like
weird,
poke
and it doesn't
his
look
butt
good.
where-
Hey, ah,
Yeah.
No. I mean, you don't, he's already self-conscious about it. Don't
It's-
poke it.
it's sensitive.
I would just like to note I am giving him privacy.
Yes,
You feel
just-
like it's okay. There's no like immediate wound here, but like what is left is a ruin.
And I'm like, yeah, sure, Bobo, it's fine. You're right. You're looking great down there. Just don't show anyone in the future, okay?
Gotcha.
I feel like how are you feeling otherwise? And I'm just looking at the decimation that is his ass.
It's like which cheek is it? Which cheek do you think has been destroyed? Because the
We
other one's
gotta
fine.
know.
Oh, I think
For
it's
fan
like
art.
I think his left cheek is like totally
Not-
fine, but his right cheek
His
is
right
Not
cheek
my
is a
right.
mess. Yeah,
a mess.
it's awful. It's weird.
How's my
I'm just like,
favorite one?
I'm mesmerized by it, so I'm just like, how are you feeling otherwise?
I'm sweating profusely at this point. Reluctantly saying, I'm fine.
Can
Giving
I
off
feel
the most fakest smile.
Can I
Can
do a perception check?
Yeah. What are you
on
looking
Bobo?
at?
I'm trying because I like to study people and understand like their emotions. Are they actually fine? He looks like he's perspiring pretty hard for someone who's okay. Who was
Yeah.
having his ass investigated by someone.
It's it would be an insight check.
Oh, an insight. Okay, yeah. Okay. I don't see shit.
You can't like he's so difficult to read anyway. I think even up to now, you've spent one day together, and up till now he was like kind of difficult to read. His face is mostly hidden behind hair and these strange glasses that he wears, and yeah, I think he's just a little eccentric and quirky. Yesterday it seemed like he was like this. Today it seems like he's like this. I think he just seems odd to you, and you can't read him very well yet.
I just like walk away. I'm like, you're so fucking weird, man. I just like start walking away.
Can I touch his forehead because I see he's sweating and just feel if he has a fever,
Yeah, give me another medicine check.
just to see if he has an infection? 4.
He's fine.
You seem like you're all right. I just, maybe when not here, we can get some ice for your other side.
I don't think there's any ice here.
I know.
Ice on Dustvale.
Maybe we could go somewhere else sometime, and you could sit on some ice, and I just walk away.
Okay. And I just pull my pants back up.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah, you probably don't feel great, by the
No.
way. Beau.
No.
You feel strange, and everything you're saying doesn't seem to match up with what you're thinking. And
Or what you try to say. You try to say no, and it
something-
comes out yes.
something is really weirdly wrong. You're like in Liar Liar or whatever, where you're just doing royal blue, and it's just not working. And you probably all head out after a little while. Marwood kind of packs up the things, does a quick scout of the area, and then prepares to take you outwards. He points back up on top of the canyon, and he points down the canyon and says to you as a group, he says, either way is not good. We can walk through canyon, and we have decent line of sight 2 ways only for them to attack us, barring holes. Sometimes spiders are in holes, and they creep out of holes, and they run down sides of canyons.
Sounds
It's scary.
like my neighbor Toby.
But if it is a horde of orcs, we will always see them coming from 2 ways, if we go along the canyon this way. Or we can go along the top. We have a much better idea of what is around us, but it is on top of canyon, can be more difficult to navigate, have to climb, and also sometimes you fall further. So which way do you think we should go? Both I can take you. Do you have a preference?
Oh yes, absolutely. I think
High road
if
or
we,
low road?
I think we should always take the high road. I mean, if we go through the canyon, yeah, you say we have line of sight in front of us and behind us, but, people do tend to attack from above.
I agree. The high road. My father always used to say that. Always take the high road.
I
In
don't
life
think
and-
maybe that's what he meant, but it's still good advice.
Okay, high road it is. I will navigate us, make sure we are going on the right track. Who would like to forage and who is scouting today?
I will keep my eyes on the sands.
I'll scout again.
I'm not gonna do anything. And then I begin foraging.
Okay, that. And what about you, elf girl?
We could use your eyes.
I'll scout. I'll scout.
All right, 3 scouts. Roll me a perception check, and forager, which you've already done. Roll me the survival. And we'll see how your day of travel goes this time, as you head further along the peninsula towards the Gate of Time. So, 17 on the survival check is a fail. You don't find any food or water. You head up and start to walk along the edge of this gorge, this canyon. It seems to be kind of curling towards the south for the most part, but it's a very long trek. Eventually, the canyon moves away from you, heads directly south, and you head further as night falls into this very rocky area. There's mesas punctuating the sky every few feet, and then the entire area is just rocky, mountainous, pockmarked with these random hives that you can imagine all sorts of creatures are in. But it's pretty easy to determine if there's anything below you. That now the sand dunes have mostly gone and been replaced by this red rock. It's more Marwood is kind of suggesting that you be careful turning around corners, don't stick too close to any mesas and walls, check for any caverns that look particularly deep. He seems to be hyper vigilant about kobolds. And for the most part, he continues to lead the way with Beau. You're looking around for stuff to hunt. You don't really see anything out here. It's pretty barren. It's also nighttime. After about maybe 2 or 3 hours, night falls and you continue to move. And it gets more and more difficult to find any cacti or little lizards or things to hunt and catch. Aura, you're doing the same thing? Foraging?
Yes.
Same. Don't see anything, can't find anything today. You found that big lizard before, but this time, pretty much nothing out there. It looks pretty barren, pretty dead. Perception checks, 16 and a 19. 1 pass, 1 fail. Roll me a d20 sooner.
Oh boy.
I'm doing that same thing again where I walk up to any lump and I go, is this something? I just do that to Marwood the whole time.
I think you're moving along at one point, and Sauna is kind of barreling towards what looks like a mesa ahead of her. You, Ellie, see that curled around the top of the mesa is what might be a giant snake. It constricts a little at the top, and then it goes dead still as you guys come into range of it. Sauna looks like she's heading kind of straight for it. She's maybe 20 feet away from you.
Stop! Oh God, I don't want to yell. Stop! Nope.
What?
Sauna, don't move.
What?
And I point up.
Yeah, as you look up, Sauna, you see curled around the top of a mesa is a giant snake, and I don't mean a big snake. I mean giant snake, the size of this mesa is the size of a building, and the snake is curled around at the top of it, and you can see this massive tongue hiss out, this giant eye roll over towards where you are. Marwood says, okay, its vision is based on movement, I think. I'm not sure. We go this way now, okay? Everyone move away. Slowly-ish. And he navigates you away from the very large snake. The cold kicks in pretty harshly. Tonight, you guys, no one has any winter wear. Who had the winter wear? Someone did, actually.
Yeah.
Who was it?
A couple people did. I know I had a winter blanket.
You had
that
the
I
winter
was-
blanket. Aura had forest
I had
clothing.
traveler's clothes,
You have travelers.
which I decided was gonna be a coat or something, a blanket. I don't know what.
And Beau had the Beau
I have
has-
ale.
Yeah, I remember now. That's why I didn't make you roll last time. Yeah. So I mean, it's still fucking cold, but you don't suffer any crazy effects. The fur cloak, yeah, I feel like Beau just looks exactly like you are dressed there. So, fur cloak, purple sunglasses. They don't exist anywhere else in the world. Modern day sunglasses, you're the only person who has them for no reason.
Oh.
No one ever questions it, and if they do, they're immediately killed
Oh.
with magic.
Not only did I not question it, but I straightened them for him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you pass through the night. It's a hard slog. It's not easy to do. It gets cold. You're walking now on like firm, hard stones. You're trying to be quick, but also relatively quiet, and it's dark, and you're starting to now move in amongst all of these rocks. There's a small element of climbing, not like huge scaling of cliffs and stuff, but you start to realize that you have to climb over sections and avoid gaps in the ground, and Marwood, for the most part, helps you navigate it. But there isn't anything that creeps out in the evening. Nothing comes out and tries to eat you or kill you this time. Avoiding the snake seems to be really the only thing that you needed to avoid. And the sun comes up again. Maybe you guys walk for another hour before you start to get really weary and very, very tired. The heat starts to kick in, and Marwood suggests resting again. Looking around for somewhere. He probably finds like another cave. They're relatively easy to find along this area, and suggests that you guys sleep and rest. Do you guys want to rest again?
Yes, I would assume so. After
Yeah.
traveling all day.
Okay.
Yeah. If we just do a partial rest though this time, like, do we get penalized for it?
A long rest is really the only rest in which you can get any sleep. A short rest is like 1 hour. And then also
okay.
you'll be traveling through the day. Right,
Yeah,
for the next
okay.
set of travel checks, so it changes some of the elements.
Yeah, we might as
to it.
well.
So, yeah, I mean, again, it's up to you guys. You can rush. You can do 2 days. You can run through the next day, and then it comes to the night, and then you can rest when you get to the place. It's entirely up to you how you want to navigate this thing. You're going the quick route, but you can force march, but you run the risk of being exhausted.
I feel like the whole reason we wanted to go with winter is because we all were like more prepared for it, and so, or not the nighttime cold, not winter,
Yeah.
whatever. So, because it was easier for us.
Yes, I think it's best if we rest.
Yeah.
Another long rest. Yeah.
Just keep our pace.
Yeah.
Our pace, so you don't have heat exhaustion.
You guys probably do the same thing then, I would imagine.
Oh yes.
As you find another kind of partial cave that's not too deep, where something's hiding in the back of it, and find an area to rest that gives you a decent view out. And the sun comes up, it begins to get hot again. Assuming everyone sleeps bar Suna, do you do the same thing, Suna?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just go ahead and rest up, everybody, and I'll tell you a nice story, and I'll wake you up when I get tired.
I think
No,
Marwood does his
I'm
rest
not going
again.
to sleep.
You don't sleep?
No. And then I collapse and start snoring away.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Like I'm getting tricked now. The form of Marwood goes to sleep, but he wakes up sooner and approaches you and says, "What is it then? How are you able to do this?"
I'm just I don't know what to tell you. I'm not that tired, although I am tired now.
You would like to go to sleep?
I can rest. Yes.
Okay.
You don't need any more sleep? I guess we didn't really do anything too taxing.
No, it's fine. I sleep later. I've been out
Okay.
here forever, you know. I
I
do this
haven't
by
been here for a
myself.
very long time.
Da.
It's nice to be back.
You get some rest, and you're very old, no?
Yes. I mean,
very strong.
maybe not very old, but
You are stronger than you look. For old
well,
lady.
thank you.
You,
Thank you.
old man, he points to Beau, who's like sleeping, his flaccid ass cheek hanging out of the rip in his pants. He says, that one I am surprised is going to make it all the way there and back.
Well, it's our job to make sure he stays safe.
Though, in there you shout, don't run at creature and stay back. He runs straight in. Why?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'll have to talk to him.
There. Okay. Yes, you get rest now. I look out.
Thank you.
He sits at the edge of the cave and he lights a little pipe that he's got and smokes some of his quite sweet scented tobacco. And then
I will lay down.
Yeah, you pretending to sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think he's that bothered. Like have you ever tried to actually pretend to sleep for a really long amount of time? It's the most boring, awful thing ever. But I assume you do that.
And you try to make your eyes seem like they're not
lots
moving.
of practice, yeah.
Yeah,
I've had
like
lots of
they're as
practice,
close as you can get them, so you can still see what's going on.
Yeah.
And you guys all
I
get
just
another
sleep
long
with
rest.
the one blackout eye open.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
terrifying.
that's right. I have one black eye.
One eye. Yeah.
Blackout eye.
The midday sun beats down. It's uncomfortable even in the cave. The heat is awful, very dry, and you guys sleep through that for the most part or rest. You guys eat again, mark off another water skin and a ration this time because you didn't get any food from the forage, and I think it's just the same thing. You rest. There's nothing happens. Nothing comes for you during this rest. And then the midday sun begins to shrink. Doesn't do much for the heat, but it does a little as it begins to head towards nighttime. And I think Marwood starts packing up again. We keep moving now. By the time we get to next morning, probably back in open plains. So it might not be as easy to sleep. We should be aware of it. More sand, okay? And look underfoot. We are almost there. Anyone want to do anything else on the rest here? Is anyone doing anything in particular before everyone sets out?
No.
Do I get all my hit points back
Yes.
for resting?
A long rest gives
rest.
you full hit points, gives you all of your spells back, any skills that are on that recharge on rests. Some are long rests, some are short rests. It will tell you. You should have everything. You've also done 2 long rests, so it also gives you your hit die back, which are the things that give you HP on your short rest. So you get half of them back, but you've done 2, so you'll have them all back by now.
Okay.
So everything is full. You should be back to full health, apart from curses. And you guys head out again. Marwood leading the way. Whoever is doing the foraging and scouting, roll me your survival and perception check. Damn.
Oh shit! I dropped something. That scared me.
Luna? Oh, just scouts. You're doing survival.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I've been scouting this entire time.
The there is a point today. Aura rolled a natural 20 and Beau rolled a natural 1, where there is the most delicious looking, plump, wonderful lizard that is just laying on its back, waiting to be killed. And Aura, maybe you'd knock an arrow. You see the thing. You take the breath. You're ready to release the arrow. And that's probably when Beau shouts something like, "Oh, there's a lizard!" And it jumps up and runs away. Right, Beau, what would you have shouted there? I don't like to role play for you.
He can't
It's
tell the truth.
food!
You can't. You have to lie, though, right? So
Oh, no.
You could just yell, I'm trying to be quiet.
I'm trying to be quiet!
Yes. And the amazing dinner that would have sorted you out for 2 days worth of rations is scared off, and it jumps and runs as the arrow is loose with a twitch of your fingers, and it hits the rock where the creature's heart was, and the creature runs away. Unfortunately, my sincerest apologies.
Next time, don't yell that you're being quiet, because it kind of defeats the purpose.
Oh, I'm not sorry.
well, all right then. Gosh. Food?
I'm gonna feel his head again because he said I'm not sorry, and that seems out of character for him to be that rude.
I'm fine.
Are you sure you don't have an infection?
Maybe he's just
Yes.
scared.
I know we're all hungry and tired.
I'm not.
Yes, you're fine.
Hey,
we get it, Beau. It's okay to be scared. This is your first time doing something like this,
I
right?
am scared.
Okay, well, that's all right. It's all right to be scared. It's a big responsibility, saving the world, but we're all in it together. So you don't have to be so scared, and you don't have to pretend that you're all right when you're not all right, and you don't have to pretend to be brave when you're scared.
I walk up and I hit him in the butt.
Ah! Ah!
Oh, I'm sure it's tender.
And I go, did that hurt?
No.
Are you sure? Because you reacted like it hurt. I'm pretty sure that hurt, didn't it?
Yeah,
Really, is that necessary?
I hit him again in the butt.
wincing. No, it didn't hurt. Spicy.
I think you're a fucking liar. Then I walk away. What's wrong with you? Something got in the water. I'm in a good mood and he's in a bad. I don't know what's going on, but
Well, we have had a couple of scary encounters. It's understandable.
yeah, Beau, you could react by not lying. You could just,
But
It's Beau. It's all right.
I am not lying.
We all react differently to things, high pressure situations.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just how Beau handles it.
I walk when he says I'm not lying. I walk back up and I try to hit him in the butt again.
Ah!
Beau, are you lying?
Yes. Ah!
What was that? A lie?
No.
I look at the edge and I'm like, I'm really confused right now, man.
But perhaps we
but
shouldn't
did that
pressure
hurt?
Perhaps we shouldn't pressure him, Ellie.
Whatever.
Not very kind.
Beau, you're being weird.
No.
You're let it slide for now.
It's all right, Beau.
Scouting.
I don't think I'm being weird.
You're not. It's all right.
And,
It's like Aura said. People react differently to
Mhm.
things, and this just might be overwhelming for you, and that's okay.
Mhm.
Oh, we'll get the next lizard. And I clap and just start marching on.
We have rations.
As you clap, there is a crack that is not from anyone around you. There is a noise. Everyone give me perception checks.
15.
13.
You all see the sun disappear behind the mesa during this conversation with Beau. And there's a crackle noise. As you clap, it echoes off of some of the mesas nearby. And then there's a reverberating return crack. You hear the snap and crunch of rock and bones as either side of you, along this rocky mountain way here,
Oh dear.
the ground bursts upwards a little bit. And this very strange but large skeletal hand pulls itself from the ground. A cattle head, some sort of bull head, is lifted up as the dirt and sand runs off of it. You see what looks like a Minotaur. However,
Skeletor.
a Minotaur skeleton.
Sorry.
One of them is called Skeletor now. Which is a very great name for the thing that is very dangerous. And
Thank you, Bradley. I don't think Suna understands your sarcasm.
These things suddenly then start to pull themselves from the ground. 2 of you failed your perception checks. 7 and a
6.
6. And you failed to see these things. They were very hard to see, and also partly it was to do with the fact that as soon as the sun goes down in this particular area, that's when some of these undead creatures come to life. Marwood immediately once again pulls his revolver out and puts a hand over his sword, and he looks to his left, and you see one Minotaur raise up out of the ground and reach down. It pulls from the sort of the grave that it was in this very large looking axe, and then the other does the same. They kind of mirror each other to a degree next to you, and Marwood says,
Oh no, this is very, very bad.
Everyone can roll me some initiative once I bring you over to the battle map. Yeah. Yeet. Double yeet. Either side of you, 2 very large looking Minotaurs, one called Skeletor and one called Minotaur Skeleton, are pulling themselves up out of the ground. This is a hard fight. I will happily tell you this time. And Marwood looks, you know that because Marwood looks quite shaken.
Can I use my travel
put
die
these on
thing
again.
to get advantage?
Not anymore.
Oh, too
The
late.
time
Okay,
has
cool.
been and gone.
forgot.
You gotta declare it before, yeah, because otherwise you'd...
Okay.
Yeah. Before you roll the thing, tell me. So, who am I missing? Beau. Bobo. And then I'll roll for Marwood. And he gets that. Now we need to roll 2 Minotaurs. Let's see here. Maybe. Hello? There we are. Alright. What do I got? An 8 and a 13. 8. 13. And this is how it rolls. So, these things pull themselves from the ground. Beau, you are one of the first people to react here. You see these things. They're these big, nasty-looking things. One of them starts to kind of drag his skeletal hoof on the ground. He hefts up this very large great axe in front of him and starts to make all these weird noises. The other one starts to kind of crack its neck and breaks some of the bones splinter around him, and sand and dirt are falling off of them as they start to look like they're going to charge at you. What do you guys like to do?
I think it's best if we don't run.
What?
I mean, maybe we should
He's a
run.
liar. Why are we listening to the liar? What do you guys want to do besides...
What are you talking about? That's
He's a liar.
so rude, Ellie.
Marwood, should we... What you know what these are. What should we do?
Let's see what Marwood knows to do. Oh, Marwood says,
Okay, here is plan. You can blind them. That will be very good. They will run and try and hit us.
They are very big. If they hit us, it's going to hurt a lot more. I do think I think maybe we try and kill one, then kill the other one. I don't think we can outrun them. They are very fast. You will see any second now.
Do they have to be close to attack us?
Yes.
Okay.
They cannot hit us from afar.
All right. Well, that's something. You heard him then.
Well,
Don't let them get close to you.
He says, do any of you have any good spells against undead things? Because I don't know if you noticed, but they're undead.
Yes, not everything dies
no.
here.
No? Okay, well, we
No.
could do with a cleric. Okay. Well, I suggest avoid them hitting you to the best of your abilities.
Hey,
You
Good
heard him,
luck.
Beau.
Don't run up. Don't run up to them. Run away from them this time, okay? Got it?
Just stay close
Oh.
to someone that can protect you, Beau, and work on blinding them.
no.
Oh, I think I learned something at one point. I think I can use something on them.
Okay.
Wind wall.
Wind wall.
What's that, Aura?
It's something called projection of evil and good.
What?
It's
Projection or protection?
a protection.
Speak up.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I've never encountered anything undead before.
It's all right. I'm just starting to sweat a little bit.
I can. It's something where it grants benefits. Creatures of these types have disadvantage.
Oh yes, do that.
It
That sounds
can't.
great.
Okay. I have to wait for my turn, right?
Yes.
I most certainly can't blind him either.
What? Why
And
not?
I immediately take focus on one of the Skeletors, the Minotaur,
Oh,
the big.
Yeah,
the
there's
big guy.
one called Skeletor and one called Minotaur. That's going to be easier,
All
isn't
right.
it? Yeah.
I
And-
turn to the Minotaur skeleton, and I give him the most intense stare. And as he returns his eye contact with mine, I shout bibbity bobbity, and then
Conflict.
squishy sounds not
What's he
good.
doing if he can't blind them?
And then I cast blindness. Oops.
Alrighty. So it's another con save. So let's do a con save for, and you're doing this on the one on the left, Minotaur.
Yes.
Alrighty. Let's see. Bam. 21. Damn, I'm good at rolling.
No.
Not a good thing. So you
I mean,
cast a
yes.
spell on this this thing, but it just doesn't land. There's maybe like a
See,
fog
he's not a liar.
of darkness that appears around this thing's face, and it just kind of shakes it off, and you see it. The spell just
Ew.
doesn't hang on him like you want it to.
It worked.
What else do you want to do on your turn?
Me.
Get out of the way might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Might want to get out.
No, it's not. Not a good idea. I move over here,
Yeah.
closer to the big boulder.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Oh, we like that. You see both of the Minotaurs like following you as you start running. You see them just like they see a thing running. They look very interested in it. Aura, your turn.
You didn't say one is bigger than the other. They're both same size, right?
That's correct. I almost made them the brothers from Final Fantasy VIII, but I didn't
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
because they're
I'm
definitely
good.
awful, and I don't want you to like them in any way.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast protection from good and evil on the one in front of me, the one where I'm facing.
Don't you cast
Minotaur.
it on us?
One's called Minotaur, one's called Skeletor. Do
Um,
you want me to? I'll tell you what else I can do. Actually, I can put colors on them. I can put a green dot on that one, and
Yeah,
a
so you protect the party, and then anybody who
And a
tries to
yellow dot
attack
on that
us, I think it's
so
disadvantage.
you're putting. Click the thing. Hang on, wait, I can read it. Until
I'll
the
just
spell
post
ends,
it in
one
chat.
willing creature you touch have to touch them, is protected
Okay.
against certain types of creatures. Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae fiends, and undead. So who do you want it to be that you touch and grant?
I'm gonna
the-
run over to Beau and put my hand on him, and it's like
Ooh.
this little white cloud forms above his head.
Nice. Yeah, I will put something on him. guess, as protection. I can't see what that does. My screen, I think it's like a little set of wings, which means
Yeah.
he has auto raise or whatever it was called from Final Fantasy. All right, so yeah, you run over to him and then you grant this spell. You see this protection land on him. Now that's a concentration spell. Remember that.
Okay.
And is that your entire turn?
Because it's a concentration spell, I'm just gonna run over to at least have my back protected.
Yeah, the
by
Minotaurs
this.
like you running. You can see their heads like following you. As you each of the people that are moving around, their heads snap to you and follow you around. Ellie, your turn. These Minotaurs are now like beginning to.
I
fucking
buy
run.
Felicia to this side.
Yeah.
Which I would assume kind of puts me out of view of one of them.
Yeah.
Because behind that rock, but the other guy's probably gonna see me.
The other guy's really enjoying.
Oh boy, Skeletor the sexy.
Oh yeah.
Whew. I'm a little intimidated by these. These are kind of scary. I'm a little hesitant to attack, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, because I'm going before them. So. Nope. Oh wait, don't I get advantage?
Why?
Because
Oh,
I'm attacking first.
The assassin thing? Yeah, let me double check what that is. I forget what it is.
I think it just means I get advantage.
Yeah? Then yes. You get assassinate. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that
24.
hasn't taken a turn in combat, and if you hit, it's a crit.
Okay, I got 24.
So that is a hit. Give me the
Uh,
damage. It isn't. There is sneak
You're
attack.
saying there's no. Wait, there is sneak attack?
Yep,
Okay.
because you had advantage on the roll.
Oh, 2 sneak attack.
So then
Amen.
you roll another
Who's two?
dice.
Okay.
Roll everything again.
Do I just roll 1d6 again? Or
Just roll the sneak attack and click short bow again.
okay. Sorry. There's that,
Nice.
and then there's that.
All right. So in total, you deal about 400 damage to this thing. Okay, so I think you just start running. I think your classic beginning maneuver here, where you start running and you're already
Yeah.
knocking an arrow and it flies straight for this guy. Like he's like hefting up a thing, and the arrow just like cracks into the eye socket of this Minotaur, and you see it burst out of the top of its skull. And now the arrow is it's just got like an arrow through the eye. There's the feather of the arrow sticking out of his eye socket, and it kind of like discombobulates it a little bit. But
Which one were you attacking?
Skeletor. I would say that I'm trying to be kind of obscured from Minotaur, and I'm looking at Skeletor attacking him
Oh, okay.
yeah.
because I can still. I'm very, very clearly facing him. So
Do you do anything else?
I stealth, or I hope I stealth at 16.
Try and
So,
hide. Yeah.
yeah.
You I mean there's like some shadow and it's already night, so you're kind of in there like, yep.
I like curl up as close to the rock, like, oh boy.
hiding. I'll roll for him now. See if he still sees you. You see him like follow you. He gets hit by the thing, and then when his head comes down, he doesn't seem to be able to track where you are.
Okay.
And you end your turn. It is now Minotaur's turn, which is the one on the other side. Marwood is pointing at Skeletor, and he says, "All right, she has started. We attack this one." And then there's like a dum 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 as this thing starts running towards Aura. How far away are you, Aura? Just close enough for him to run at you. You see him running straight towards you. Boom, 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 boom. He picks up like a crazy amount of speed. He's like kicking up dust behind him. He brings his great axe down though and attempts to gore you with his horns as he's running at you. Let's see
Can I
here.
use Hellish Rebuke on him?
You can if he hits. Yeah, he needs to
Okay.
first hit you. So first we do this. 23. Is that a hit?
My AC is 18.
Yeah. Okay. So your reaction. No, actually, no, it doesn't. My stuff goes first. So I need a strength save from you. And
20.
20. That's a make. And you are going to take an unnecessary amount of damage. This thing collides with you. Like, it brings its head down, and you see these, like, as it gets closer, you see that it's just huge. It's just a big, like, humanoid. It's a Minotaur, but it's just a skeleton. Its eyes are, like, kind of down, and then these horns, and then you are hit by what feels like a train, and you take 25 piercing damage. And are you still up?
No.
Then you are flung. You see this thing just smacks into Aura. Bam! Flung 10 feet away. Beau, I think she probably just lands in front of you. Boom! Rolls over. And Aura is down. Marwood says, okay, now we run? We leave her and run?
No, we're not leaving her. What's wrong with you?
Okay. Plan B?
Yes, plan B, I'd say.
Okay. Then, watch this. And he starts running around in circles. He takes off, like, he unbuttons some stuff on his clothing, on his very red-looking Sandwalker clothing, and starts running around in circles and saying, "Come over here! Come on! Come get me!" He says, I saw this once, but I've never tried it. You see both of the Minotaur's heads like snap towards him. He is taking the dodge action, which is a special action that you can take on your turn, which basically means until the start of his next turn, any attack against him has disadvantage. And he's running around like one of those matadors. That's his turn. He stays where he is. Sooner, your turn.
I would like to use 2 sorcery points to twin levitate.
Oh. Okay.
Hopefully, this works.
And so they need to make a con save?
That's correct.
Right. And so you're twinning it onto Minotaur and Skeletor. You're not just
That's
doing
correct.
it twice to one.
That's correct.
All right, I will roll for Minotaur first, who's just boom, flung Aura. Bam. 16?
Yes.
A make.
Yes.
And then Skeletor. Natural 20. You attempt to like summon up some energy here and levitate these two things, but there's just so much chaos going on. There's the blood rush, the fear, as Aura is laying down, kind of unmoving, a great sword just out of a grip. These things are like beginning now to run towards you, essentially because of Marwood. Ellie's disappeared. And
They don't seem to notice when you stand still, correct? They're really attracted to that movement.
They
Yeah,
seem
but
to be
you're
going
really
for
close to
whoever's
them.
running, although one didn't run after Ellie, but also no one knows where Ellie is.
Okay. And I stay put.
All right. Skeletor is running at Marwood. Oh, he can't get there. He runs up to here. He does the charge thing as well. He runs, puts his head down, and just the beelines for Marwood. However, he actually can't make it. He uses his action to dash the extra bit, but it doesn't. He can't do anything when he gets there. That ends his turn. The other one looks like it's going to do this as well. Beau, it's your turn. Your spell, the spell that you had on your head, is gone. It drops. The little cloud is gone. It drops for a second.
Oh, all right. Aura's looking good. So I'm gonna not go to her.
What are you talking about? Get her out of here.
So, it's not gonna notice me if I move 1 square now, will it?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
You start moving slowly-ish.
Okay, I'm inching my way towards Aura.
Marwood is running in, imagine Marwood is just constantly, shaking his body, the Sandwalker robes are flying around, and
He looks like he's doing a striptease for
come
Skeletor.
over here,
so
come on!
No,
You know, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna take this chance while their eyes are elsewhere. I quickly do the Macarena, and then lay my hands over on Aura, hoping she feels that pulse of goodness. Cure wounds.
6 healing. Aura, you once again, and I know you just spent this time unsubbing from my channel. Once again, wake up. You're on the ground. There is the sensation of some level of healing. You've probably got broken ribs. That's what you're feeling like. You've got like one side of you feels like it's just been smacked, and you almost definitely wake up. Like it heals you a little. You can feel that there's like probably it's healed you to the point where there's no internal bleeding anymore, but it doesn't do much for the bones. I think one side of you feels awful as you go to move or roll over. You feel extremely winded. Go for the greatsword. You're currently prone, but you are alive. You're awake again. But you're like laying on the ground as Beau wakes you up. Beau, you still have a bonus action or more movement if you'd like.
Ooh, well, I summon my little tiny hand, my mage hand, and I make it form like a little fan, and then I start to fan Aura.
Yeah, technically you can't do it, but I'll allow it.
I can't.
Because your cantrip is an action, and Cure is an action. But if you're just not doing anything, then you can do it. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, you just summon up a mage hand.
Well,
and
okay.
fan Aura. There's the absolute pitiful fan of a mage hand as you wake up as a little tiny bit of air.
You're not gonna be okay.
I'd be trying to like say thank you, but I can't because the wind is just knocked out of me. So just wheezing sounds like.
And it's your turn. What do you want to do? To stand up, by the way, when you're knocked prone, it takes half of your movement. So if your movement is 30 feet, it costs you like 15 foot of that movement to stand back up. When you're prone, there are different things you can do, different rules apply to you. It's much easier to hit something that's prone. You get advantage on melee attacks, but you get disadvantage on ranged attacks on prone things. If you're prone, you can remain laying down, you can play dead and stuff if you want to get kind of clever with it. But if you do want to stand up, it will consume whatever half of your movement is.
Since I got knocked unconscious, I can't use Hellish Rebuke, correct? Because that moment is past.
Yeah. That's why I worked that out, because I was worried that this would kill you in one. The reaction, I think it does its damage and then you react to it. But unfortunately, the amount of damage it did knocked you out, so your reaction didn't go off. So yeah, it's a reaction to use that. So the timer's been and gone.
I'm just gonna slowly get to a crouch.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use.
It's
very
totally
slowly,
running at Marwood, for the record.
The one running at Marwood, I'm gonna grab my longbow and try to shoot at the one running at Marwood.
All right. They're both running at Marwood.
They're both? Okay. The one that's closest to him, Skeletor.
Okay, yeah. Give me the attack roll. 15 is a hit.
9.
9 piercing damage. Yeah, this arrow flies true. Probably soon at Marwood, you suddenly see this arrow, and there's kind of like a vaguely standing aura with a longbow in hand. You see this thing, it hits like the pelvic bone of this this Minotaur that's running towards Marwood, and it snaps it off. You see both the bone and the arrow fly one way. It kind of causes the skeletal Minotaur to stumble a little bit, but it doesn't take it down. And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I'm not moving. I'm moving very slowly, and I'm just staying very still next to Beau.
Yeah. Did you actually stand up or not? Sorry, I forgot.
No, I just crouched from prone. So I'm still crouching.
Okay. Ellie, your turn.
So I think that's still getting up, though, right? For
mechanical purposes, you still want to be prone or standing?
I'd rather be able to stand if I need.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
you want it. You want to do that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to be prone anymore.
In this situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can.
Yes.
Ellie fires off an arrow. Are you firing at the one nearest to you?
Yeah.
And yeah, 19 is a hit. 6, 12. 12 damage. Same thing. Arrow comes in. You see like a bone from somewhere in this thing like fly off. You see like a wrist bone fall away. It loosens its grip on the great axe in front of it, but it's still running at Marwood.
Oh boy.
Bringing us to Minotaur's turn. He runs at Marwood. And he is going to attempt to gore Marwood with disadvantage. Oh shit. A 9 is a miss. Marwood like kind of does the matador thing, pulls out the cloak. The Minotaur runs, ducks down, dum 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 dum, flies past him, kind of shakes his head and turns around and then heads for him again. The Marwood says, "Hey, look at that! It worked! Now hurry up! Kill them! Kill them!" He's gonna do the same
now
thing.
Now that aura's up, maybe we should return to Plan A.
Was Plan A not to kill them?
Or Plan C then, to run away?
I want to yell, but I'm stealth, damn it.
Sooner, it's your turn.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, get ready to run.
He says,
what are they carrying?
Marwood says, they can outrun us unless you are faster than you look.
Well, what if they can't see us? They're
Well, that's why I
attracted to
said make
movement,
them-
right?
Yes. He's
Okay,
dodging
well,
around.
get ready. What are they carrying? Are they using like swords, or are they just trying to?
They've got great axes.
Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to cast darkness on one of the great axes.
Okay. I don't think you can do it on the thing.
You can, if the point you choose an
Oh, it's on an
object
object.
that you are holding. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you cast darkness on it, which does 15 foot,
60 feet.
60
Oh,
foot.
sorry, 15. Sorry, my range is 60 feet. It does 15 feet in every direction.
15 feet in every direction.
Yeah, and it goes around corners and stuff.
Alright, let's put a thing to represent your boy, the darkness. And
The darkness.
the darkness, what is 15 feet here? Bam! On this one? On the other one?
Yep. Yes, that one.
Okay. So, yeah, magical darkness just fucking spreads out from this guy. And it is, yeah, pretty effective. What
Okay.
else do you want to do here?
So if I'm casting it on his axe that he's like holding, am I able to move around? Because I can't really see very well on the map. Can I move behind, or will the other Skeletor see me?
The other one will definitely be able to see you.
Because
Oh, wait, you want to? No, you want to move around this guy.
Them.
Tell me where you want to move. Put yourself where you
Well,
want to move.
Well, the darkness is 15 feet, right? So it should span the two of them. They're only 15 feet apart from each other. Not even. They're like 10 feet from each other.
Yeah. Okay. What is it? Is it a square?
It's a sphere.
A sphere.
Yeah.
15 feet.
It feels like Skeletor would be on like, he might be in it, but he'd be on the very outside of it. You know, like Minotaur would be definitely the center of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I'm casting it on his great axe, which is what he just lunged at Marwood with, then I'm assuming all three of them would be in darkness. If not, I'll cast it on. Well, yeah, that's what I want to do. So. I just want to make sure that before I move, that he can't actually see me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then yes, if they're both blinded.
Everything
currently,
is covered. Yeah, everyone is in
Yeah.
darkness.
Okay, then I will just back up until I'm no longer in darkness.
Okay.
I think we should run.
They both get to attack you still. So you're aware. You cannot. I'll let you control Z if you want. They get disadvantage on the attack.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Was I in there? Was I here though? Or was I here?
You were in there.
Okay. Holy shit. Will they move? That's the question. Yeah, I'm gonna try to back up.
All right.
That's what I think I would do.
Okay. So you cast this darkness. There is a swing of a great axe that comes down towards you from inside this darkness as these things go wild. One miss on an 11.
Yes.
16.
I shield.
Shield comes
Oh
up.
no, they're both misses. Excuse me. They are both misses.
Both misses on a 16.
That's correct.
You're a badass sorcerer.
I am. I don't know how that's possible.
You got the +1 AC maybe?
I guess.
What is your dex?
16?
Your dex is 16, so your AC is 10 plus your dex plus the magical 1 that you got from Ahi at the beginning. So 15?
That's what I thought. It says 17. Did I do anything special? That seems incredibly high.
Yeah, let me check. Hang on, I'm gonna open it.
And it wasn't that way in the beginning episodes.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact. So did we get something special or?
We just got that +1 from the beginning, I think.
Just checking you don't
Right.
have any weird secret things.
I know I didn't have it that high in the first couple of episodes.
So a dex is it's a +3, so it's 3.
But mage armor doesn't do anything special. I mean, it gives me the same thing.
Yeah,
we
it's the
figured
same.
that out
10
last
plus
episode.
3
It's useless.
plus 1 from Ahi's shield. So it should be 14. I don't know how
Yeah.
it's working it out.
Okay. Okay, then I will shield.
Yeah,
And I don't
hopefully
know
we
why
don't
that says that,
remember
sorry.
at some point that you had something crazy going on, but I don't know.
We
what.
did, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't
Sorry.
know. I don't know what. Okay. So you're gonna cast shield.
Yes, it's a reaction.
Yep. And that gives you 19 AC, I think. +5. Yeah.
Yes.
So how does this look? Like this great axe comes for your head now.
I just lift my walking stick up, and a shadowy scythe end comes out and blocks his axe.
Cool.
I don't think so.
Bing! And yeah, the things are just fucking wildly stomping around in now just a pure pitch black darkness. Marwood says, "Ah! I can't see!"
Get
So she's
just
now
back
from
up.
London.
Just back up. Get ready to
Okay.
run. I think we should go, everyone.
Skeletor shall attempt to attack Marwood with disadvantage. 13. Very lucky. Actually, what is Marwood's AC? I think it's higher than 13. Let me double check. I think I closed it just then. Oh, yeah. He's not here. It's just a wild over the top of him. Beau, your turn. You want to skedaddle?
Okay, I think we're skedaddling, so I turn to Aura and I say, we're not getting out of here! And I sweep her off her feet, and I'm carrying her, to Suna.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Okay, all right, oh boy, all right, let's see how this goes. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm a bit nervous. I mean, I'm never nervous. Okay.
That is a natural 1. You fall over Aura's body. You try and lift her over and you fall down and then you fall over on the ground.
Well,
Careful, they're gonna see us.
shucks. Okay. Meh.
You can get back up. and move
Okay.
half your movement.
Just go.
What?
Just get back.
What?
She'll come with you. She can use her
follow you.
legs.
I
It's
can use my
Aura's
legs.
turn.
Wait. Before I go, okay, I'm gonna once again cast Cure Wounds. So I hastily do a little dance, kind of like Michael Thriller,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
I lift my hands over her hastily, casting Cure Wounds,
Nice.
and she feels a nice cold breeze.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You give the little heal of roll the heal points 8, and then you can run over to Suna. And then
Okay,
it's
all right,
Aura's
I'm
turn.
gonna do that. Okay,
Go behind the rock. Don't
Behind
come
the
to
rock?
me. Don't
Oh.
come to me.
okay.
Okay, I'm for my turn. I'm gonna use my longbow and I'm gonna shoot at Minotaur.
You have
Before I
disadvantage
run.
because they're in darkness. You're firing like blind
Okay.
into a sphere
Alright,
of
then
darkness over there.
I don't want to hit.
We cut hit.
I don't want to hit Marwood, so because of that, I'm gonna run around the rock and hide with Beau.
Yeah. Ellie?
Well, shit. How far can I move in total if I don't attack at all?
I think
Well, you can
90
dash, right?
90 feet.
Yeah, you could get over to us.
That's
Well-
not perfect. I would have to
We're-
go around.
Yeah, I would go
I would
around.
go, like here, and then here, and then there, or something. Right?
Yeah, sure. Just Naruto run.
I'm gonna Naruto run over here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, she
I
just
did
comes
all
out of
of that.
nowhere, and it's just like, it's insane how fast she's like running around this thing.
And then when Marlwood's like,
Holy
"You guys are
shit.
fast enough," I'm like, "Oh yeah, watch."
Yeah. Like a fucking, my name is Ellie Ellian, and I'm the fastest guy alive, or whatever. Minotaur will try and swing. Oh, that's a gore. Thank God. A great axe. 10.
Thank God.
boy.
Towards Marwood. Marwood is already gone. Marwood is he's out of there. Like, they're swinging these axes and they're now standing over here. There's about like 2 minutes that pass of just as the two in the darkness kill themselves as they just attack each other because they're blind and really dumb. And they destroy themselves in the darkness. Eventually, the darkness is flung to one side as the darkness is on the great axe, as one Minotaur destroys the other one. The other Minotaur swings his great axe and it flies out of his now exploding hands as his bones are split and broken, hits the other Minotaur in the head, breaks the Minotaur's head open, and they fall into two separate piles of bones underneath a sphere of darkness which runs out. And there are two dead Minotaurs, and Marwood dusts his hands and says, good work. Easy, eh? See, I told you I'd get you through this alive.
Oh yeah, it's all you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Can I collect any arrows?
How many
fire
did you
two?
fire? Roll me a D2.
2. Okay.
2. Yeah, they're fine.
Okay. I walk
Um,
back. I snap it out of his skull.
Yeah.
So.
Marwood says, okay, no time to lose, eh? Yeah. Always good to travel by night. See, I told you,
Yes.
things that go bump in the night is, be careful now of ground breaking open. Because when the ground breaks open, that's when things come crawling out, and not just minotaurs, skeletons, and have you ever seen a zombie scorpion? And that is where we end today's session.
What?
Oh boy.
Behind you is a scorpion zombie. No, I'm not kidding.
Jeebus.
That was a pretty rough encounter, actually.
That
Yeah.
was rough, but that was a good way to deal with it. Either way, you would have been able to run away. They're extremely dumb, which was really all I based that on there. And also, we're at time, so you got lucky. Next week, we'll carry on the journey.
Lucky.
I hate my curse.
New journey to the years.
No, you're supposed to say I love my curse.
I love it.
I love my curse.
I am personally a big fan of it, and I'm enjoying it. But you know,
Me.
Holy shit, that was stressful.
Yeah, good sesh. 2 big fights, very nicely dealt with. You're learning. I'm proud of you. You guys are doing great.
I lost
Your
my
life?
ass.
Thinking, at what point am I going to run if this goes really bad? And then Aura got knocked down. I'm like, oh god.
So while you were RPing, I rolled for the random encounter table myself, and that was the roll for 1 again. And I know you don't believe me, but that's what happened. I rolled the 1 again, and I was like, okay. Now I think the nighttime version isn't too bad. And I looked at it, and it was 2 Minotaur skeletons, and I was like, yeah, that one sucks. So enjoy it. Nighttime. Nighttime is pretty horrible random encounter table, but you know, got to catch up with your boy Symbol if you can, and we'll see whether you do that. Probably will actually see that next week, because I assume you'll finish your journey and you'll arrive at your destination on the sat nav there during next week's episode. I would assume, if I was to guess, but usually when I try and guess those things as a GM, that's not how it goes. So we'll find out. You can join us at the same time next week, but before then, if you'd like to see these people in their natural habitats, then you can stalk them at their houses. So everybody, we'll do a quick round of shout-outs. Just give your address out, the exact location, and then people can come and find you. I'm kidding. Where do you stream, Pocket?
Twitch.tv/Pocket. That's easy. Pokket, because I spell it special. It was a lot of fun this week. I thought we were going to die every single time. That's great. So I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah.
I always think that, though. Every time there's a counter, I'm like, we're probably going to die here.
Yeah, it's been
Just
pretty
because of
rough.
this fighter.
It's been pretty rough. I don't rely on random encounter tables usually this early on in a campaign for this reason, and I'm remembering why. And I haven't learnt my lesson yet. Oopsie.
But we're learning our lesson of we should probably just run.
You're gonna be so battle hardened though for this whole campaign. Like I'm not gonna be able to throw anything at you by the end of it. You're gonna be like, yeah.
We're gonna get to the Guardian and be like, let's just run around.
Baphomet, please, come on. What about you, KPP? Where can people come and get you and find you and watch you stream?
I stream at Katie Peters Plays. I've been playing all horror games all month, and we played a good one today, and I screamed, so that was fun. I keep almost dying, and it's just like a roller coaster of emotion every single time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But the thing is, you're like the tank, kinda.
And every time I go down,
You're the unofficial not tank. So
yeah.
What you could do is buy a shield and just like take a long sword or something that you can hold in one hand if you want to go for more.
I have a shield.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but you're not using the shield. That's the thing, because you're using 2 hands on the greatsword.
So if we ever go shopping in the game, I'm gonna look for some things.
You can, yeah.
But yeah, I'm Katie Pierce Plays. Just come hang out with me if you'd like. And I'm here on Wednesdays for Nocturne, which pay me GMs. So there's that too.
All right, there we go. What about you, Disby?
Speaking of shopping, well, hopefully next week we can do a bit of shopping so I can buy myself a new ass.
Yeah.
But
Other than that, you can find me on Twitch TV, this BRX, and I'm also doing the whole scary games thing since it's October. So if you like your spooky games and you like a good scare, yeah, come on over.
And what about you, PB?
Hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. That was really scary. I wasn't sure if I should use the twin on the darkness and cover both their weapons, or if I should try to levitate them and see if we could kill them that way, but it worked out in the end. Yeah, you can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Pumpkinberry. I am also playing scary games this month, but right now I'm playing a comedy game Monday through Friday called Yuppie Psycho, which is a weird anime corporate. You're like some guy in the office, and you have to pretend that you're just a regular worker, but meanwhile you're hunting like a witch in the office, and you're killing people, and there's blood everywhere. It's hilarious. It's great. Yeah, and that's what I'm up to. I'm here on Mondays for ZBO, and then also on Wednesdays where I GM Nocturne. So you should come by for that one because that's spooky as fuck, and I love it. Oh, and Lost in Vivo, which is really scary. That's a really good game too. But yeah, that's me. Thanks, Brad.
All right, there we go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks to Nathan for the patron. Probably would have been better if he'd come along with you and helped you out, but Castro the Aarakocra. Yeah, I mean, you guys, this is all hard and difficult and rough and stuff, but you have survived every encounter. So, you know, just because you're not like, you know, just smashing the shit out of it and it's just destroyed HP wise, you're still coming up with stuff and surviving each encounter, even though it's harrowing. So it's still good. It's scary, but you are surviving and you're fine and you're doing it. You're still winning the encounters technically. So good job.
Do you want to know which card I pulled for next episode?
Yes.
The Hanged Man. I'm so excited.
That's not always the worst card though. No. We'll see what it means. I will
Be
I
that
don't know.
damn bird guy.
Would you say, Brad, that we have gained a level?
Not yet.
God damn it. I need to get rid of some of one of my spells.
I'm saving up for wind walls, so.
Yeah, you only got to reach level 9.
Can we got a name. I'm looking at the Discord. The Assassination of Bobo.
Yeah, I don't know if we can though, because it's just gonna flag YouTube's bullshit stuff. But I did like the name, the Assassination of Bobo. I'll go and double check what I can name it now.
Assault.
There's so many good names in the Discord. I saw them on the break, and I don't know. I don't know which one, whether I'm allowed. We'll find out. Do you know now in the future? Those of you that watch on the VOD, thanks for watching. We will see you next week for the actual assassination. What?
Canadians, happy Thanksgiving. That's it. That's what I wanted to say.
All right. See you.
Brad hates you, but I love you. Bye.
Bye.